Yo.
What's goody?
Yes, sir.
So y'all fucking with this, like, y'all fucking with this better than this?
Yeah, I like to see myself.
It's the same shit to me, bro.
I don't know. Every time I switch it, y'all be, you know what I mean?
I like to see myself up close and personal. You know what I mean?
What kind of narcissistic shit you would like? See, you the type of nigga to walk around with a mirror in his back pocket. Like you was one of them. One of them niggas, wasn't you?
Damn, that had a mirror.
Yeah, that had a mirror and a brush in the back pocket.
Not in the back pocket, but like when I was in high school, I definitely had it in the bag. You know what I mean?
The only nigga that used to brush his veneers.
Well, I hope
he even have
to brush their teeth, bro.
You said they didn't have veneers back then.
What did they? I don't know. What the fuck?
Yeah, dentures, nigga. You first nigga with dentures, nigga. Like,
either or.
Yo,
you know, man.
They hate me so real. I don't know, man. This Dailyrapupcrew. I'm with my bros right now. Damn.
Yo, what up, Niji? What up, Michael?
I can't tell.
Puerto Rican princess. I see you. Treehouse 2023. I see you. Let me see.
Puerto Rican princess. What's
That's Jocelyn.
I'm about to say that's Jocelyn in the chat.
Oh yeah, that fake is her name too. Yeah, word.
Puerto Rican princess.
I see Nick. I see
Kyrie.
Simone Lewis.
I see the god Niji. What up, Niji?
Niji in the building, man.
Lady Navoa. I think I said it right.
Yo, that's crazy, bro. We still struggling to say the name, bro. Like let's call her lady. Like, yeah, lady.
That's
like,
what
yeah.
I do. I say lady. Nah, don't do that because she knows that's what I'm talking about when I say that. She know I'm talking about.
We gotta get
it right. Hey, Rock, what's goody?
She been here too long, man. We gotta get it right.
Yeah, we do gotta get it right, man. What about that care package, man? What's up with that, man? You working on that?
That's on the way.
Okay. Yeah, man. So I real quick before we get into these topics, and y'all, before we get into these topics, make sure you hit that like button. I gotta stress that. I see the merch at the bottom. Make sure you follow us on social platforms: Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. Shit. What else we got? Twitch. Make sure y'all follow us. I don't know if everybody's seen in the community tab. We do not have a new episode this Friday or next Friday. But we're gonna start back the new year, man. What's that first Friday of the new year? We dropping episodes. We got heat lined up. We just need to take this time off to just, get focused, enjoy the time with our families and all that good stuff. But we back dropping heat. You know what I mean? Once that new year drops. You know what I mean?
We got some events for y'all next year coming up, so look out for that too.
Yeah, I definitely have to pop up to the events we trying to have, especially if y'all in the New York State, tri-state area, man. I gotta pull up.
Amber, Muriel, y'all expect to see y'all there.
I better take a flight. I don't care about none of that.
Take a flight. I was about to say they don't live in NY.
Yeah, they're gonna have to take a flight.
Amber, Amber don't. But Amber says she got money though, so she good. Muriel do live in the
nigga count her pockets. Nigga count her pockets. Like,
yo, last live she said what she said that she can't find a man that make as much as her, something like that.
She said that.
Yeah, she said she did like that.
Ace wrote that in his notes. Look at him.
I said, good. Okay.
Before we start the show, I just want to say that the Knicks are, 8-game winning streak. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to
actually it ended last night, buddy. I ain't gonna hold you.
Oh, did? Well, damn.
Well, we're on a winning streak. Brooklyn on a winning streak. You know what I mean?
Shout out to Brooklyn.
Mm-hmm. Why you got quiet? Why you got quiet?
Bandwagon nigga. That's
He's a bandwagon nigga. I ain't gonna.
Y'all know I've been fucking with Brooklyn. Like I'm saying, ever since they came to Brooklyn, I was fucking with Brooklyn.
KD and Kyrie got there, nigga.
Come on, stop it. Like, I mean, stop it.
I hate bandwagon niggas, man. I ain't gonna lie. Wasn't you a Heat fan?
I was a D Wade fan. Like, I'm saying, like, he just happened to be a part of the Heat team. That's all.
Delvante, appreciate you for copping the shirt, man. Hope you like it. Which one you got? Let us know in the comments.
Yo, yeah, send us a picture, man, so we can post that up, man.
Send us a picture of you in the shirt, man. We need to start posting that up too, showing y'all love back.
Yeah, word. Mike said something. He said, "Shout out to the mods." Yo, shout out to the mods, man. I've been holding it down.
Shout out to the mods.
Shit, the topics. We got the topics in the description if y'all want to look.
What up, subscribe, scroll up.
Yeah, to see what we're gonna get into. But yeah, we got a good amount of topics coming in. So.
Okay, but I said I paid for the first day. You said you got it. I remember. You said you got it.
No, stop putting words in her mouth, man. She a sugar mama, like, you know what I mean?
Yo, shout out to the god Niji. You say, hey, Jew, what's a knickerbocker?
Okay. some trivia real quick. If you're a real Knicks fan, you know what that would be like. You know what I mean?
What that mean, Drew?
Come on, boy. He got to ask y'all that question. Come on.
Nah, don't do no fucking reverse psychology shit. Like, yo,
get my phone number.
Damn. Not
Stephon Marbury. Nah.
Nigga said Stephon Marbury.
He eating glue in China.
I gotta look that up now because
I damn sure I even never even think to ask what that was.
Yeah, I don't know. I know that was their name, but I never knew what the fuck that shit was. What that shit mean? I know Knickerbocker Avenue in Brooklyn. Oh, you know what I mean? That's a
word.
Yo, man. Yo, real quick, man. We might have to do an emergency live stream tomorrow, man. There might be an important verdict we might have to discuss on the channel, man. But you know, that we're gonna keep y'all updated on that one. But,
the term Knickerbocker traces its origin to the Dutch settlers who came to the New World, and especially to what is now New York in the 1600s. That's what a Knickerbocker is.
Oh.
So like Dutch immigrants type of shit?
It says it specifically it refers to the style of pants that the settlers wore when they came here in the 1600s. They were
that do sound like some shit you wear. Like, oh, you got them new Knickerbockers.
Oh, you got them Knickerbockers on?
I think they'll change Knickerbockers. You know what I mean? That sounds like something they would say, bro. Show, man. I'm out here being a nigga tree. I'm sorry, man.
Yeah, you being a Knickerbocker right now. Right? Yeah. Yo, man. Listen, we got some special guests that we want to introduce. Like I said, we got an interesting panel of topics tonight. If y'all want to see the topics ahead of time, y'all can go in the description. I'll put all the topics in the description. So yeah, I'm gonna just get right into it, man. Let me introduce the guests real quick. Yo, ladies, how you doing?
Hello.
Hey.
How's everybody doing?
I'm well.
Okay.
It was a beautiful day.
Yo, Simone, where you from?
Texas.
Texas?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay, we got two.
What about you guys?
Two people from Texas, man.
New York.
Yeah. I'm actually originally from California, but I moved to Houston 3 years ago. So
Girl, that's where I am right now.
Girl, isn't it cold right now?
Can I cuss on here?
What's going on out there?
Cold as a bitch.
I don't know what's going on.
It hurts right now. It hurts.
It hurts.
The cold hurts.
You know they ain't used to that shit.
So what's cold to y'all? Like
it is 28 degrees right now.
Oh,
that's cold.
That's cold.
It's nasty.
That's cold right now. That's crazy.
It's not even 28 degrees in New York City, bro. Like
that's a crazy thing. Crazy.
And we closer to the north than y'all is, yo. You know what I mean? I don't understand
that global warming, man. In reverse.
In reverse, like, yeah. So I'm real quick, Simone. We're gonna start with Simone, and then we're gonna go from Simone to the left. Let them know where they can follow you at. Any businesses you got, all that good stuff.
I am Simone Skye. I'm an entrepreneur and a model. I can be found at Simone Skye everywhere, Simone Skye _ or the Skybox on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and those adult sites as well. We do that too.
OnlyFans. Okay,
yeah, I am on OnlyFans, ManyVids, Loyal Fans, and everything else. YouTube, a little bit of everywhere.
You said Loyal Fans?
Loyal Fans. It's another version. It's actually better than OnlyFans, but nobody knows about it.
Loyal Fans. Okay. What's the difference?
I feel like it's more user friendly. It's seamless. The integration is seamless. They don't have as many glitches, and you can have a store. So if you don't want to send out a bunch of messages, somebody can just go to the store and pick out what they want.
Oh, okay. All right. What about let's go next with Courtney. What's up with you? Let them know where they can follow you at.
All right, Courtney. I'm from Grand Rapids, Michigan. My Facebook is Judy B. Jones, and my Instagram is DA_real Courtney Nicole.
Shout out to Courtney.
And his brick ass where she at too.
It's cold.
Mississippi sound like it's somewhere cold. It just sounds cold.
I didn't say Mississippi.
Michigan.
Oh, Michigan. Oh, my fault. Yeah. That sounds cold too.
There's a horrible snowstorm right now for the next 4 days.
Damn.
How many inches of snow?
I'm not looking forward to snow at all. I ain't gonna lie to you.
So I didn't go outside since I got off work earlier, so I don't know.
When you open the door, that snow gonna come your whole door. Like you ain't when you got the house.
That shit knocking.
Yo, the real Nicole, let them know where they can follow you at.
You guys, hi everyone. My name is Nicole Hutchins. You can follow me at The Real Nicole. I'm an esthetician and business owner out here in Houston. You can follow me for my esthetician business at Melanated Muse Aesthetics. I also have a skincare line, Skin Essentials. That's SKEN Essentials. We basically make products tailor-made for African American, Black men and women, and everyone else in between of color. So make sure you check us out. We have a 15% off sale going on right now. You can use code BLACKSKIN, BLKSKEN. Go on ahead and check us out and support small business owners.
Support Black business, you heard?
That was a dope. That was like dope as fuck. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, yo. So, getting into this first topic, obviously we know tis the season. Christmas is upon us. You know what I mean? So, my first question is, what's the worst/best gift you ever received while in a relationship for Christmas?
I would say no gift at all. I'm a person. I'm, an easy pleaser. So I don't care if it's something from Bath and Body Works, a candle, it's just a thought that counts. So if you just come with nothing, that means like you had no effort and you just didn't give a shit.
So you brought him a gift, and then in return he was like, "Damn, I ain't got nothing for you." Like,
no, it never happened. You know what I'm just saying? Like, I'm just grateful for anything that I get. So I never had a worse gift.
Okay.
So you can't decipher like which was the worst one? Is what you're saying?
No, you're not getting me something to be the worst thing.
Well, we speak it from your experience. So in your experience, what's been
had cars, candles, perfume. I had everything. So I'm an easygoing person.
Okay, all right.
I'm not materialistic.
So can you say what's the best though? I'm guessing that car, right?
So what did you get him or her for Christmas? Like,
women like cologne, game systems, paying for tuition to college, stuff like that.
That's what you got. You paid for his tuition. You paid for a man's tuition one time for Christmas.
Yes.
I love that.
Oh, nigga want you for Christmas.
He's a good man.
Be on the chat. He said, "What's up, Graham again?"
I see why they call you the real Courtney. You know what I mean? The real.
What about you, Simone? What's the best and worst gift you received from your significant other in a relationship for Christmas?
So about that, I can't say what the best or worst gift I've been given, but I know what I've given some bullshit and I've given a really good gift.
Okay.
But as far as like receiving gifts, I'm just now getting into gift giving. So people would do things that they wanted, and I'm like, I didn't ask for this, but thank you, But there was one Christmas where I got cheated on. I gave a nigga gift cards to Subway.
Well, you got cheated on.
I got cheated on. I gave him gift cards to Subway.
You got cheated on and you still gave a gift?
Yeah, word.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
For sure.
Shit, that foot long was worth it then.
It's better than nothing. Hello, you're not hungry. You ain't hungry. You left me out in the cold starving, but you ain't hungry. And then the best gift that I gave was probably a scholarship fund in their late parents' honor. So it was just a really intentional gift.
Oh, okay.
But as far as what I've gotten, I can't tell you.
Damn, man, that's crazy. Like, all right, Nicole, what about you?
Goodness, y'all gifts are putting me to shame.
So that's a lot. That's a lot. Y'all was going to a lot of pressure.
Follow up on that.
For real, I don't know how to follow up on that one. No, the interesting thing is when it comes to the holidays, in terms of the serious relationship, I wasn't in, so I can't say the best gift I received for the holiday. But just in general, the best gift I received was a custom Pandora bracelet and a gift card to Sephora because I love Sephora. So to me, that was good. And in terms of me giving a gift, I'm not the best gift giver because I don't know really what to give someone, but I have given a gift card and a nice home cooked meal.
There we go. That's love in it though.
Okay, I mean, okay.
Home cooked meal got love.
Hey, I don't think it's. I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't know what they get him excuse. So you know what I mean? Because guys don't be knowing what to get. We gotta do some research. Niggas gotta.
But we tell y'all just don't listen.
I'm pretty sure we tell you. We tell y'all too. We be dropping them signs.
Matter of fact, the shit we be talking about, they be like, nah, that shit costs too much. I ain't getting that shit.
I'm gonna get you some clothes so you can smell better for me.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, what did you cook though? What was the home cooked meal?
It was lamb chops. It was lamb chops. Just some rosemary lamb chops and some vegetables on the side.
I fuck with some lamb chops.
And some dessert.
What was the dessert?
We know what the dessert was. We know.
Just did he get that dessert before that day?
The same dessert he had yesterday? Like, yo, so fellas, you know I gotta ask y'all this because y'all know I got a story to tell. Like, you know what I mean? So I want to save mine for last because I feel like it's so detailed.
All right, so I'm gonna go first. I ain't gonna hold you, my girl. This is her favorite holiday, so she likes to spend all her money, and I'm like Scrooge the Grinch. I don't buy nobody no gifts. I ain't gonna hold you. I pay your motherfucking bills where you live, so you can buy gifts for other people. So, I'm not that type of dude. I'm not into like spending all the money I got to buy gifts. So she can spend all her money because she's saving so much money. You know what I'm saying? I'm giving her the opportunity to buy all these gifts because she ain't got no other bills. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah, you know what you
I like how you setting this up right now. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I bought those gifts too, clearly.
Talk about. You know what you remind me of? You ever see that video with that guy, like, he has a box, I think, for Christmas, and then he like, yo, shit, babe, what you got me? And he like, your bills? I paid your bills all year?
I am that nigga. But I do get new stuff, but it's more like thoughtful. Like, I don't know, I'll buy you something that you're interested in. I'll do the charm bracelet or something like that, but I'm not doing no Birkin. I don't care if you twerking.
So what you got to do for a Birkin?
Buy me a mansion, I guess, because then I think it's equivalent. We gotta start a bit like if you can't buy 3 Birkins, then you shouldn't buy one. That's the type. I'm more about what my future plans is rather than what I'm doing in my present time.
That makes sense.
I don't care what I'm driving, unless I could buy 3. I don't care about none of that shit. We got to be good tomorrow, not today. A lot of women probably looking at me like, he cheat.
When did you get like this?
Like, what happened?
You always been like this?
Yeah, man.
Oh, it's interesting that you say that.
So I do have a question.
You wanted to flashiest and fly niggas out.
I am, but I do not buy these things that I wear.
That's fair. That's fair.
Fuckboy professor, y'all. Fuckboy professor. You know what I mean?
Yo, what about you, Ace?
The worst gift I ever received was, I would say, a card. One time I got a card. I mean, the words in the card was cool, you know what I mean? But it was a card. You know? So, like, what the fuck?
What is that, baby? I love you or some shit? Like,
it was like a poem type shit.
Oh, the poem. I don't know. I'd have took that.
Nigga, like, get this shit the fuck out of my face. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean,
I could have put a money. Nigga shaking it, looking for the money and shit. Like,
I love the poem. I ain't gonna hold you.
If she would have put some money in there with the poetry, then that's a gift. You know what I mean?
It's literally title right here.
The best gift I ever received. Yeah, that's tough. I don't even like the best gift I probably received was I got like one of them cameras that go in your car, or whatever.
A dash cam?
Oh, yeah, dash cam. That's what it was. Like, that's probably the best.
Oh,
gift.
Baby.
Yeah. The worst gift that I ever gave.
Hold up. Was that old baby like, damn, I feel sorry for you?
I didn't even say that out loud.
What, the dash cam?
Yeah, it's like, damn. It's like, that can't be the
Was
best.
it something that you really wanted?
It was something that I said I wanted, so I guess she was trying to show that she was listening. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was intentional then.
Yeah, so
okay.
I took into account that she took in that she was listening and stuff. So
That's the matter.
that was probably the best. Yeah, that was probably the best gift. The best gift I ever given. I bought. I guess you could say it's a vacation. I bought the plane tickets to where she was going with her friends. You know what I mean?
Without you? You paid for plane tickets without?
Yeah, it was a gift.
Oh, you're a nice motherfucker, bro. Ladies, get you an ace.
Nah, that's old age. Like.
No, don't listen to. Ain't nothing wrong with spoiling your girl, man.
No, I agree with that 100%. I ain't gonna hold you.
Oh yeah, for sure. But and the worst gift I ever given was probably a hoodie.
Well,
I got her.
You gave her one of your old hoodies.
It wasn't worn yet, though. You feel me?
I do some shit like that too. I ain't gonna hold you.
Yeah.
And
she was always talking about how much she liked this. I was like, all right, it's
yours. Did you wrap it up, or you just like, here, you threw it out?
I put it in a nice little bag.
Was it a Walmart bag?
Nah, it was one of them paper bags that had nothing on it. I mean,
no, the gift bags.
Yeah, one of the gift bags.
Yeah. Okay, that's not not horrible. Like, you know what I'm saying?
It's not horrible.
Listen, man, I got to get into my story because y'all already know this story. Listen, I had one. I actually, now that I think about it, I don't think I ever received a gift from a woman for Christmas, which is actually pretty. Outside of the same pussy I got like yesterday and shit like that. But I remember one time for Christmas, I had went all out for my girl at the time, and I think I had brought her like this customized Pandora bracelet with all these little charms that was significant to her life. She was a dancer, so I went out and copped these like custom Nike fucking shits with her name on it, significant days, favorite colors. Had brought her a new iPhone. I think I brought her a MacBook. I brought her the cologne set. I went crazy. I ain't gonna lie to you. So I wasn't expecting her to go crazy, but I at least expected something. Like, you get what I'm saying? Listen, she brought me a book, like a physical book, like about nothing. Like, it was just a random book, like you just find on the side of the street. And she got me this date night planner. Like, you supposed to go on these dates and tell you what dates to go on. Then you take a picture, and you're supposed to put the picture in the book. And that's all I got. And I'm looking at this shit like, hey,
so you got 2 books.
Yeah, basically. I got 2 books.
Damn.
2 books in the pussy I got yesterday. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Double homicide.
Yeah.
Double homicide.
Wasn't a good look for your boy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Not to say I would never do that again. Like, obviously, like, I don't regret, doing what I did for her. But it was no reciprocation. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
It was like, let me just give you. Let me put a bow in his pussy and then call it a day. Like,
which is common for men mostly. You don't get the gifts.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think so? Do you think that's common?
I was just going to speak on that, actually. So you kind of took the words out of my mouth, because I was just thinking, okay, really one of the worst gifts that I gave when I received something really nice, I gave my boyfriend at the time a stocking full of like hygiene products, and I didn't know how that was going to be taken. So and I felt like, looking back now, I'm like, dang, that's terrible. And then there's other times where I gave nothing. So
don't worry. The same way I'm telling this story to y'all, he telling that story to his friends.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? Like, she got me some soap and some, like, she thought I was dirty or something, some toothpaste. Like,
yeah, I'm not proud of that. Lesson learned, but yeah.
Yo, fellas, man, let us know in the chat, man, if y'all ever received a quality gift for Christmas from your significant other, man, because I need to know.
And Niji, the tag was on the hoodie. Yeah, the tag was still on. The tag was still
with the price and everything.
Oh, that's tacky as hell.
I don't think the price was on it. I think it was just like the brand or whatever.
Yeah. Yo, before we get into this next time, I actually just wanted to talk about, I just need to know if this is common. Do women not think about men like during Christmas, or do they just expect gifts? Or like, I don't know. Like,
men are not treated nice overall.
Men are not treated nice overall?
No, y'all not used to getting compliments. Y'all not used to getting gifts. Ladies, have y'all ever complimented a man just like and saw their reaction?
Yes.
They will light up. Oh, you look nice today. Me? Yeah.
No, that's facts. There was a young man who I was heading to work, and I saw him getting out of his truck. He was loading his truck, and I literally like slowed down, and I was like, "Hey, I see you working hard. You keep doing what you're doing." He got so excited.
They will glow. I appreciate you. I thank you.
Yep.
You're doing great.
Compliments is almost so rare. Like when we do get the compliment, we looking around like, you talking to me? Like, okay, I appreciate that. You know what I mean? So now that is true. Like I don't You know, it's just like what's your thoughts on Valentine's Day, real quick? I think that is that a woman's like a holiday for the women, or you think that's a couple holiday? Like, how do y'all think that? What's your thoughts on that?
I think it's a couple.
Okay.
In theory, you're supposed to be celebrating you and your partner together in your love, in theory. But I feel like a lot of the times it is men going all out for the women. Somebody said that on Twitter. They were talking about how they got like flowers and rose petals and stuff, and it's like, I didn't ask for this shit. Like, bitch, I wanted to go to the game. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I think that's because that's what a lot of men see that, especially around that time. We see that on social media, so we just assume that that's what women want. You know what I mean? The rose petals on the bed with the candle.
The lady had did it for the guy.
No, that's what he got.
Oh, he got that.
He got flowers.
Okay.
Yeah.
What? Like, oh, all right, that's that's crazy. But ain't no niggas gonna be looking around mad confused. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like, you waste your money.
Right. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna hold you. In the beginning, I felt that Valentine's Day was just for women. I felt like that was a time to celebrate women, and looking back now, it's to celebrate the couple. No, for real. That's really what I thought. It's about the women, and there's always this messaging, right? On social media, do this for your girl, do this for your lady, whatever the case may be. So you just kind of sit back and feel like you deserve like princess treatment. I almost hate to describe it like that, but yeah.
I wonder when does that change? Because like, even like, you know how it starts off, like, let's even talk about like grade school, when you got like Valentine's or you got crush on somebody. You guys express that towards each other. You get what I'm saying? It was always like, I wrote you something, you wrote something back. Then, you know, we get a little bit older, it's like, I buy you something, I get shit back. You get what I'm saying? Like, when does it switch for us? You know what I'm saying?
But you know what? Then they came up with Sweetest Day to try to separate the holidays. So then you had men's Sweetest Day. What was it? October 15th. And then they try to decipher like Valentine's Day.
That's a different. What's that? A day for men?
I've never heard of that.
What?
I've never heard of that.
Oh my God.
The Sweetest Day?
Sweetest Day.
I never heard
like
of
sweet,
that.
like Swedish or sweetest? Like
Sweetest Day.
Sweetest, like okay.
Oh, word. We gotta look that up.
October
15th.
Man, that's crazy. I ain't never heard of that. But hold on. Niji speaking. He said lies. It's one-sided like a wedding. It's all about her. Talking about Valentine's Day.
But it depends on who you're dealing with. Because when you're dealing with me, it's a mutual thing. You understand what I'm saying? I'm getting you gifts, you getting me some. Sweetest Day, I take full recognition of whoever I'm with. You understand what I'm saying? Chocolate covered strawberries, a nice gift, card, you know, to show my form of appreciation.
Yo, shut up, Courtney. I made up a whole day for her.
I believe you, because you actually talking about a day that we ain't never even heard of. Like,
I'm convinced you just made that shit up. Like, I don't even know.
The nigga that's reaping the benefits for that. Yo, DM my girl, man. I'm about to tell you.
Look, they gonna throw that shit right out the window, man.
No, hold on. Right now, as we talk, Sweetest Day,
October 21st.
So, Courtney, you're kind of like that, you know, Destiny's Child catered to you.
Do you have You're my rock?
Okay, so for a woman that actually gives back, or, you know, gives to her man, do you feel like you're being used? Because women always say like, oh, if I be giving this and I be getting that, I be feeling like I'm being used. Do you feel like you get the same thing on the opposite side, or do you feel like you're being used?
But my thing is, I'm not anticipating on their timing. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's genuine. So when you do for me, I know it's genuine. I'm not asking you. Just like when I do for you, it's genuine. You're not asking. You understand what I'm saying? So I feel like if we together, we together. You know what I mean? And you should never want for nothing. I should never want for nothing. We should never have to step out of the household, ask each other for anything separate or anything in that sort. And that's just always been me. You know, every holiday, birthday, Christmas, whatever.
Any day is every day. Yeah. I definitely appreciate that, because like people, when you do something looking for something, I think you never get what you expect, what you gonna get. You get what I'm saying? Because you just think, oh, I bought him cologne, he better buy me this.
But that's genuine when you do it.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So like, definitely. Sweetest Day, woke up to, you know, chocolate covered strawberries, Apple Watch, and, you know, all that cute stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love you. I appreciate everything that you do for me, whether, you know, I show it, I don't show it. You know what I mean? It's just.
Yo, men love spontaneous stuff.
Wait,
I'm telling you.
Silence, Minion. Niji said we don't count the thing, man, exceptions to the rule. That's cool. You're like that, but the majority doesn't.
Yeah, I'm a big advocate of just reciprocating energy, and I appreciate you and everybody on the panel that, you know, does reciprocate that energy, because men, we want to feel appreciated too. Like, we don't want to just feel like we just being used all the time for our resources, and we're gonna get the same pussy we got yesterday. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I think men do appreciate the little things. Like, it does mean a lot to us when you do show initiative, and it's just like, you know, wow, like she actually is just as invested, you know, as into this relationship as I am and stuff like that.
And I'm glad Nicole kept it real. You know what I mean? She said she used to think it was just for the women. Cause a lot of women feel like that. You know what I mean, but it's good to see them mature and growing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I thought that shit was for the women so much, nigga. I had to look that shit up. Like, wait a second, let me look this shit up. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I never even used to celebrate that shit. Like, I get with a woman, and she's like, "Oh, what we doing for Valentine's Day?" I'm like, "What we doing for All-Star Weekend? Watching the game?" Like, like what you
That's
mean?
a fact.
I never even celebrated that shit.
Yeah, that is tough.
Eugene said, "How do y'all feel about Valentine's Day?"
Bro, y'all making up shit, bro. Like,
What is that?
Valentine's Day, I believe.
No, Valentine's Day is a real thing.
It's the day before Valentine's Day.
Yes.
Is that when you like hang out with your homegirls? What is that?
I think it's like for women to like.
Oh, to love on each other. Okay.
They single friends. I think it is.
That's what it is.
It sounds like you said the whole friend. That's what I heard you say.
Single women.
Yeah, I bet y'all buy more better gifts for y'all homegirls than y'all buy y'all men. I tell you that. Y'all love doing that shit.
Can we talk about that? Can we talk about that real quick?
Yo, because it's true. Y'all
not the flower neither.
Y'all do be going all out for y'all homegirls. Y'all be going on trips together, play for their birthdays. Y'all be planning they fucking they birthdays and all these celebrations. I pay for your
flight, all that. You ain't never played for no.
Out of Maroli and shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what's up with that? What's that about?
I feel like them.
I've never personally done nothing like that. You know, me and my homegirls and I, proper English. You know, we'll link up, we'll go to Detroit, or, you know, we'll go to LA or something in that sort. But as far as like, you know, showering my homegirl more than my man, nah.
That sounds a little, I ain't gonna say sounds sus, but imagine if men came up with a holiday to celebrate our homeboys.
Y'all probably need to. Y'all need to. Y'all need to do something like that. Y'all really do.
And stuff like that. Y'all gonna be going crazy if we had some holiday to celebrate our homeboys. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
that's odd.
We need a homeboys day, man.
Y'all do. Y'all really do. Y'all need to love on each other a little bit more.
That sounds crazy. I ain't gonna lie.
Hey, you part of the problem, bro. What you mean? It sound crazy.
Why is that a problem?
I'm gonna love on you. Y'all need to love on each other.
Hold on. I think I would look at my man and sus participate in that. Like, I don't know. It's almost like, I don't know if y'all remember the story.
You on your own, or you can love on your homeboys if you want, man.
Yeah.
Yo, you want it though. You my bro.
Hey, yo, chill out. Like,
I'm sending love to all my bros out there, man.
Chill out, man. Yo,
Eli, I love you, bro.
Yo, it's mutual, man. You know it's mutual, man.
Yo, Drew, I love you too, bro.
I love you, bro. It's all good.
See, doesn't that feel good?
Eli cannot say
smiling.
words. I never heard Eli say these words.
I'm together though.
He got commitment issues.
Wait, what happened? Y'all never heard me what?
I never heard you use those words.
Nah, I mean, but y'all know it's mutual. Like,
not this bros. He take to the hoes.
You put on a Pandora bracelet.
Yo, listen, man. Like, let me get to this next topic. We got super chat here.
We got a super chat from Toxic Glitch. He said, "I got a Hellcat and a Rolex from my sugar mama for Christmas before." Hashtag I had this slang. Yeah.
Yo, speaking of, I do got another Christmas topic. Oh, shit, my fault. I do got another Christmas topic. How do y'all feel about? You think Black parents should stop celebrating the concept of a white Santa to their children?
No.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Why you saying no?
Who said no?
Because, like, I don't know. Like, me personally, I don't think the race should even matter. You know what I'm saying?
Then
like,
why he white?
Because that's what they created a long time ago. Hell, why it's changing now? You know what I mean? Like, And then we take our kids these places and you see all these different Santas. Like, you know what I'm saying? How can you keep the illusion going when they're like, wait, Mom, I just seen a black Santa. I thought it was only one Santa. Then all the cartoons are Caucasian Santas. You understand what I'm saying? Then you have to understand, like, some Santas have different races within. You know, my children have Hispanic, white, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of,
yeah, and you see how they and look, I get it. You're just kind-hearted, but it's a manipulation tactic. I am not gonna praise this white fat man for all the shit that I bought. You get what I'm saying? Like,
that's why you put from Dad and Santa.
Because look, when they portray cartoons with
From
criminals,
Dad,
they mostly black. You get what I'm saying? So when they got the holy nigga, he white. When you got the nigga that's giving everything to the world, he white. So I mean, I hate to make it a race thing, but it is a race thing.
It is a race thing, man.
It's a race thing.
Everything is a race thing.
I cannot praise this dude. He didn't buy nothing.
From young, they trying to teach
My
our black
kids are working hard to please a man that they don't even know, and I worked hard to give them that shit. They're gonna know they came from their father, not no.
But that's
nigga that's on the slave. I'm telling you.
Like I put Mom and Santa.
Nope, he ain't getting that one. Nope.
From young, they trying to teach black children to worship the white man, and that's one of the tactics right there that they use. Santa is the one that's giving you the gifts on the best day of the year. Nah, man, I did that.
Yeah, you know that's kids' favorite holiday. I don't even think they know about any other holidays. They just know about Christmas. So you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I think I don't, like I said, it's hard to just make it a whole race thing. But when you think about the psychology of, there's a lot of psychology and programming that goes into kids. Like, you know what I mean? Just from, like, I was watching something about McDonald's, and you know the whole concept of the Happy Meal is to like indoctrinate your children to be in love with McDonald's from a young age. So when they get older, all they know is McDonald's. The same way with Apple. They cater to the iPads for the kids. So when they get older, they already go into the ecosystem. So there's a lot of conditioning that's done by, these companies that make you grow up with a certain view of white privilege. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, look at Jesus Christ. Like, they don't painted him white. And now when you grow up, you look at white, especially white men, in a certain light. You know what I'm saying? Because whether or not you believe in Jesus or not, you associate the idea of perfection or the idea of being the holy one to a white man. Like, you know what I mean? And that could play a psychological factor, just like I think Santa, like, I never really thought about it until like I got older. But it's like, yeah, like, why do black kids have to look up to a white Santa? Like, why can't we just have cartoons or whatever with a black Santa or whatever the case is? Why can't we be included as well in these Christmas holidays and things of that nature? Like, you know what I mean? So, but to each his own. I'm not mad at anybody that feels like,
I am.
Yeah, hear Carl.
I do. I hear Carl. It's not.
Okay. Niggas gotta come and somebody robbing their shit. This is Brooklyn. Like, somebody robbing their shit right now. Like,
Santa heard about you talking shit.
Better bring that nigga a new car. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I remember y'all a real quick story about Christmas. I remember when I was younger. I believed in Santa Claus, and I remember I stood up all night one time. Like, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna see this nigga Santa. I stood up all night, bro. It was like 6 a.m. Christmas. Nigga still ain't pull up. To the point my aunt was like, yo, there ain't no Santa. This is when I found out Santa wasn't real. Because you just like, yo, Santa, go to sleep, man. Like, damn, bro, this nigga. And I ain't have no chimney. So it was like, this nigga had to come through the front door. Like, so I'm at the front door. Like, yeah, I'm not gonna miss this nigga. Like, yeah.
But you wasn't even a good kid. How you thought you was gonna get catch? Like,
nah, I was a good kid.
I was not no good kid.
I had times where I was good, like, and that's why I was looking forward to Santa, because I was good, like, you know what I'm saying. And it was always, when you was a kid, it was always worse because at least when I was growing up, there was always parent-teacher conference night. Your report cards would come out right by Christmas, like, you know what I'm saying. So you had parent-teacher conference night, and I used to dictate whether I was gonna get Christmas or not, like depending on what the teachers used to say about me in school, my report card. Yeah, I used to be on my best behavior. I remember that whole week. Like, damn, I gotta act good. Like, you know what I mean? But
you said the whole week.
The last thing they gonna remember is that week. So if you be good that week, they gonna say some good stuff.
Nah, nigga. They ain't never work with me.
You failed that test a month ago. It's gonna affect your grade.
I mean, yeah. I mean, true. Yeah. So I think
go ahead.
No, that's how I found out Santa wasn't real. I stood up and tried to meet that nigga.
Yeah. I think we should do away with the concept of Santa in general. Me personally, I know when I found out Santa wasn't real, I was traumatized. Once I found out, I think I was more traumatized when I found out the tooth fairy wasn't real. So I feel like I get it. No, that's funny, right?
Yeah.
I get it that we want to have our kids feel like they're a part of something. They're really getting into their imagination, but it's just like, I feel like we're building them off of false pretenses. Like, oh, this person exists when they really don't. So me personally, I just feel like we need to throw away the concept of Santa anyway. It's not real.
I don't think so. Cause like me personally, maybe I'm just like, I don't know, like this hopeless romantic. I don't know. But you know, me waking up to my mom coming to find out, having her friends call me the morning of when my tooth fell out, pretending like the tooth fairy. I felt like $1 million kid. Like, you know, who mom can get in contact with the tooth fairy? You know what I'm saying?
I feel you. Yeah.
All right, Courtney, y'all brought up a crazy thing. Courtney, all right, look, name one black like holiday person. Name one black holiday person. That's all I need. Because Valentine's Day is Cupid, that nigga white, Santa white, Tooth Fairy white. Like, where's one black one? Give me one black one. That's all I need.
They're calling me, okay? Who? So it was a black woman calling me. So I didn't know, you know, the way I grew up was it was multiple tooth fairies. You understand what I'm saying? So it wasn't just one Caucasian person or Hispanic or black or nothing like that. You know what I mean? Like whoever my mom had called that day is who it was. You know what I'm saying? The $20 was under the pillow and I got my phone call. That's all.
Yeah, you got
$20.
Your teeth worth a little bit more than mine.
$20? Your mom was giving you $20 too?
Yeah, look, I want to pull them out. You hear me?
That is my daughter.
Okay. Yo, Niji said, I don't celebrate European holidays at all. Going on 15 years now. These holidays don't have anything to do with black people.
Yo, man, preach.
Niji, you celebrate Kwanzaa?
Yeah. Why you got to think about?
Because I was getting Kwanzaa and Hanukkah confused for some reason. Like,
oh, okay. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. I want to know if Niji celebrate that shit. Like, I don't know. Maybe that's something we should take into consideration more.
Definitely, yo. All these holidays is a waste of money, bro.
It's not.
It is.
Now, I wouldn't do away with the holidays just because, the kids enjoy this. But as far as giving people credit for shit I'm doing in my house, that's not happening.
And it creates competition, right? I don't know. Like as a little girl after Christmas, it was like, what did you get? What did your parents give you? It's like we were comparing gifts and who bought.
And you knew you was better behaved than that other person. They got better gifts than you and shit. Like, yeah, it ain't fucking with me.
You're like, how did they get that gift? And then now you're expecting more from your parents. How come I didn't get what Sarah got for Christmas?
Well, see, my mom didn't do all that. My mom has 8 kids. She bought 8 pair of Jordans, 8 Chicago Bull pullovers. Like we had.
Yo, what did your mom do for a living?
She was a truck owner operator.
She was a what?
Owner operator, truck driver.
Okay. Oh, okay.
And she was rolling in the dough.
Making that money. I heard.
That's a lot of Jordans. I ain't gonna hold
it. 8 pairs of Jordans.
It was 150 back then too.
It wasn't hard. You know, she went to the store, bought all 8 pair. Wrapped them, you know what I'm saying? All that good stuff. You understand what I'm saying? Now you got to get a lot of tickets and, tumbling. I don't even deal with it.
We're not even talking about the
Yeah, but you had a different upbringing too. So I'm the oldest of 7, but we didn't get the same or similar gifts. Like there were moments where, because I'm like I said, I'm the oldest of 7. So at some point, I think I was like maybe 13. I'm watching the kids get their gifts, and I got some fucking pajamas in a bag. Like, but it was one of those things like because my mama was not owner operator nothing, not even no birth control. Right. So she was just popping them motherfuckers out, and we were just trying to what the repercussions of it.
True,
but
my mom's the same. She always buy everybody pajamas for Christmas. Like she don't buy nobody nothing, but definitely pajamas. Like I mean,
so what did you get her?
My mother.
Yeah.
You talking to me?
Yeah, you.
My mama, my mama, she get what she get, you know what I mean? Like,
she don't throw a fit.
I can't reveal what I, this ain't about my mama, man.
Okay, we were talking about
shout out to my mama, like, you know what I mean? Like,
shout out to the moms, man.
So, my fault, Simone. What was you saying? I'm sorry.
Oh, diving back into Christmas, so we're not. I don't subscribe to holidays. I do it because my kids are at the age where their classmates do it, and I don't want to isolate them.
True.
But like, I like going on dates with my kids. We hang out, we kick it, we vibe. So like, they don't care as much about Santa as they do. Like, they want something to open, but they don't even really care about opening gifts. Really, like they like the idea of Christmas. They like the shiny lights and the decorations. But if I show them Black Santa and White Santa, they're gonna be like, shit, they both Santa. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I don't have Santa all in my house at any given moment. That's just not what I do. But I know they go to school and they see it. But in my house, they do have Black kids in all their books. Like, we need representation.
That, man. I definitely appreciate that.
Yeah, we need that. So I'm like, I didn't see that coming up at all. And if you did see something like that, or a Black cartoon character, it was like a token Black cartoon character. There's not really any Black books. So all my kids, their books look like them. And I shop with Black authors. Like, so it ain't just, you know, white people putting out Black books, and it ain't, you know what I mean? So we definitely prioritize representation, but Santa ain't no factor in my house. Like, if we want to go shopping, we go shopping. Like, if y'all want some gifts, we open some gifts.
Yeah.
But they got holiday parties, we function, like Valentine's Day. Like, it's not my thing. Like, I do it for other people because it makes other people feel good. So like, I'll make them some cupcakes. They're little vegan babies, so I'll make them their snacks or whatever, put the little packages together, and they vibe out. It's not my thing, but kids like to have a good time. So
that's a fact.
Yo, no matter what you do, you could give them basically like, not to say bullshit, but you could give them bullshit.
You can give them literal bullshit, and they're gonna be so happy.
And they experience, or them just opening
kids be knowing the difference now. They be
it depends on the age.
It depends on the age, for sure.
Yeah, mine are 3 and 5. They don't care about anything.
They don't care.
Yo,
when you go to
3 and 5, you good, man.
11 and up, things start to change a little bit. Like, what's going on?
Yeah, my son likes boxes.
I have a college student, a senior in high school, and a sophomore in high school. So,
you gotta come correct.
Yeah.
When I get home on the 30th, I get on live and we can talk about this convo. This convo is a lot to type, my brother. You see my IG and my posts. I'm all about uplifting our people.
Definitely.
Talk soon. Yeah, for sure, bro.
Shout out to me, man. Always, you know what I mean, supporting Blacks.
Already. Frazier said they got to celebrate pagan holidays. It's a fact. Yo, man, I see your comment. Send a super chat.
Yo, let me get into this next topic. Shit, we got so many to talk about. Let me just try to go on order, because sometimes I be jumping all over the place. It say, do men choose women for their current situation and not their end goal? Nicole and Jew, I know y'all pretty much can touch on this topic or more or less, or explain it a little better than me just reading it.
Go ahead, Nicole.
Okay, yeah. So it's basically this concept of when a man will typically marry on his come up, he'll typically marry the woman who is convenient for him at that time. Then once he reaches a certain level, he generally moves on or steps out on his wife with the woman he really would have wanted to be with. So the example that I like to use is take Steve Harvey, for example, right? This is his third marriage that he's on with Marjorie, I think is her name, Marjorie Harvey. Yeah. His journey on his way to being who he is today, none of the women not only look like Marjorie, they just seem like they were just in two different brackets. And I hate comparing women to other women. I don't like it. I don't like this whole rating system when it comes to looks and everything. But I understand that men are very visual creatures and we're judged by our appearances. So if you look at the journey, Marjorie is completely different from the other women. She would be considered more attractive, more ladylike, all of this stuff. And you hear all the time, you know, like, for example, when a man becomes a millionaire or a billionaire, he ends up moving on to someone either younger or prettier, different things like that. So it's just this idea that a man will be with the woman during his season on his come up until, you know, he elevates in life, so to speak. And I've heard of men say that, you know, they married their woman because it was convenient at the time. It just made sense.
That is actually yeah. Go ahead, Simone. Yeah.
So I can see that. I have mixed feelings. So I feel like in certain areas, men, okay, they get what they need, and then when you elevate, they start getting everything that they want. So I know she's gonna hold me down. It works for right now, like you just said, it works for right now. She's gonna see it through, and then when I get to where I want, and I feel like I have accessibility, I'm gonna go get what I want. This ain't new and shiny no more. You did your due diligence. Thank you, shorty. I appreciate you, but this bitch over here bad. I want that. I want to see what that's about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right. Which is why you always hear, and I kind of agree with it. I understand, like, everyone wants that beautiful story of this person was there building with me. And I know men, y'all prefer having a woman with you as you all are building. And building, and then I hear men complain that most women want a man who already comes equipped. So I've just witnessed too many women who have been sort of the placement holder during the come up, and then they're either left or they're cheated on, and it's just crazy.
All right, let me tell you something though. Like, all right, I do hear you guys, and I'm not excluding those feelings, right? But it gets to the point where, let's say, I'm gonna use two examples. One example, the clear cut is he might have been not able to get those baddies. Some would say he wasn't on their radar because he wasn't successful enough to get a Marjorie, as you would say, right? That's one simple way. But the other thing is, if you're with a woman and she's going through with you and you're not successful, and then you get successful, but the entitlement of feeling like, oh, I don't have to do this, I don't have to do that, I don't have to make my man happy, he's already rich, then you got a woman that's looking better than you coming in, making his day easier, making him happier, making him smile, cooking, cleaning, where she just want to reap the benefits of your success. You kind of looking like, I could stay with this or I could get with that. You get what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? And not only is she not badder, you get what I'm saying, but she is easy to deal with. A lot of these women that see men at this successful standard already, they know how to approach that man and how to kind of make that man happy because they see them successful. A lot of women that go through the trials and tribulation of a man when he gets successful feels stagnant and feels comfortable enough to like, oh, well, I've been here from day one, ain't shit gonna change and I don't gotta change, or whatever the case may be, where a man, while he's evolving, you staying at this same level where your growth is not grown. You're not growing with me. You just standing there watching me grow and try to reap off my my success. So it's kind of hard for certain men to stay with the women. That's why I see a lot of men do switch it up once they get to this different position.
I think that's like a facade, and to me it gives me like gold digging vibes. Okay, because so I'm gonna use these two couples, Kanye West and Kim K, versus LeBron James and his wife. She stayed with LeBron James, and his wife stayed together from the time he was forever. Okay. Mm-hmm. Kim K got with Kanye West. He's very successful. She didn't have kids. Now she's set for the rest of her life. You understand what I'm saying? So whether their show continues to air, Keeping Up with the Kardashians, or it crashes, she's set. She's get over like what, $200,000 a month for child support. You understand what I'm saying? So a lot of men, I just really dumb that you would like gamble like that. You know what I mean? Like put yourself in a worse predicament and leave who you were with that watched you come up. Like the woman that Kanye West was with at the beginning, and leave her because you're successful. Now you're being used.
Well, I don't know if that's necessarily a good example because Kim K would have been good no matter what.
Right.
I think she was richer than him at one point, but
she, you know what I'm saying? That's just something like the eye candy.
Yeah, I do believe she used him as well.
Do you guys remember that Taraji P. Henson movie where she was with her guy since they were like kids, and then
That's what I was thinking about.
She supported him literally nonstop, and then he came.
Was that a Tyler Perry movie?
Yeah, it felt like it. It very much felt like it. I ain't gonna hold you. It was very dramatic. It was melodramatic.
But let me see how y'all received that movie. Go ahead.
So she stayed with him for the longest, and then she was 18 years. She took care of him, and then she finally broke. And then he came up and was like, okay, well, shit, I guess we done. And I think with her, she was waiting for the reciprocity to come back around, and it didn't come back around.
No,
But
no,
she
no, no,
broke
no,
before
no,
she
no.
could.
You cannot tell that story. You're telling it wrong.
He
He paid her every dollar.
Yeah.
He got
I'm
back.
not talking about the money itself. I'm talking about all of the energy that she poured into him, not just the money. Because the money wasn't enough for her. She wanted all. That's why she was obsessed with it.
No, she wasn't, because she made it about money when she broke up with him. She listened to her friends, and the people that was around her was telling her he wasn't no good. He's leeching off of you. Whether she would have said, "Yo, I don't like what you're doing," blah blah blah. She took the approach of finances. So when he got back at her, he threw back finances. Oh, I'm gonna throw back this money. You cared about it so much. And I'm not saying he was fucked up, and he shouldn't have been. She should have broke up with him, but she should have broke up with him on the terms of, you not making me happy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But he did take care of her.
Yes, he did. If he didn't do that, I could honestly, but I still understand that character's pain, because it's like, I was with you through this process. And then you finally reap the rewards that, yes, I feel like I'm quote unquote entitled to, because I literally helped take care of you. I paid for everything. And then for you to just go off and then forget about me, which in this case he did not, I still would have understood where she was coming from.
Yeah. But I think even not even on that level of success, that's a risk you take. I hear a lot of women, they say they stay in relationships because, oh, I already invested all this time and all this energy into this man. Like, if I leave and then he finally becomes something, then
it's not worth it.
It's like, yo,
it's not ever worth it.
Yeah, it's not.
The irony in that whole film too. She was rich. She was successful. You know how much men be out here, successful, taking care of a woman and their dreams. You get what I'm saying? And we ain't putting the fucking sand saying, oh, once the sand hit the bottom, you up out of here. Like, niggas don't do that.
Yeah, but what I will say about this topic, a lot of men do get rich and dump the one that they came up with.
They try to level up.
Because at the end of the day, men are visual creatures. You feel me? So when you get to that point, it's either you gonna have to deal with the cheating and just be good with him taking care of you and all that stuff. Or
I got a question for you. Do you think it's because how she looks or because how she treats him?
How she looks, probably.
No, and I think that's what y'all think. Look, you don't think LeBron could get something better than Savannah?
For sure.
He probably could, yeah.
But the fact that she's probably working around to make this man feel good.
Oh no, well that situation, no.
LeBron is an anomaly though.
No, but it's not just LeBron. I'm saying, like, you gotta look at it. If you look at Dirk Nowitzki, he bring his wife food to basketball every night, and that's what I do. I'm just saying in general, like, there are men out. If a woman is making you happy, I don't care who's better out there, you're gonna stay with what you got. You get what I'm saying? Because you're not trying to roll no dice on some baddie with the fatty. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you genuinely feel like that's how your counterparts are, though?
Huh?
Is that how you genuinely feel like your counterparts think that way? You feel like they think that deep? Like, oh, she's treating me nice, I'm not gonna fuck that up?
I don't think so, Drew.
They don't think that deep.
No, they don't.
A lot of men, they gonna go where their eyes take them, man. That's what I'm saying, bro.
Wife.
Looks have nothing to do with anything, not for real. Like, if they want something new, they just go fuck with something new. Like,
and it might not that they wanna fuck with something new. It's just like
something different.
They might want to try something new tonight. You know what I mean? Like, now I got the option to, like, so it's curiosity then. I didn't have these options.
I think once options get involved, then people usually tend to exercise. It's no different from, a woman if she's with a man and then another nigga. It's a reason why niggas and men in rap music or in hip hop is always saying, I can take your woman. It's because usually I have more money than your man and your woman is going to desire me more. So I have a high possibility of taking your girl. So because sometimes women have options, just like how men have options, they might explore it. Like, you know what I mean? Your man might be treating you well, but that other man, he can provide you a better lifestyle. So you might take that gamble on him. And even though your man is treating you well, like, you get what I'm saying? Just like men, we might go after something that looks maybe more attractive to us because, we have more options. So I think when people have options, they just tend to exercise them, I think.
That's
you know
true.
what I mean?
But I got a question for the ladies. So if y'all was with a guy and y'all know that he about to become rich and famous, would y'all go along for that ride, knowing that there's a chance that he might leave you when he get there?
I live a different lifestyle, so my answer is not going to be the stereotypical answer.
I'm listening.
I'm pretty open-minded anyway, so I don't feel like it's human nature for people to be strictly monogamous, because otherwise, why would almost everybody cheat? Like, so I don't really know of too many people who's like, I've never cheated before, and it's like, okay, you might not have ever fucked somebody, but you got some emotional comfort from somebody. You might have gotten some finances, some cute text message, something that made you feel good outside of your significant other.
That's cheating to me.
So it's all the same thing, really. You know what I'm saying? You're getting something different from somebody else. So like with me, I am pretty open-minded. Like, I have partners who are rich and famous, and I have partners who are not rich and famous, but they understand, like, you do what you want to do, and I love you and I respect you as long as you're honest with me, and vice versa. I might not want to deal with nobody. Like, I was monogamous for almost 10 years, and that's not even what I didn't want to deal with nobody else. Like,
yeah, I don't. The more I think about this topic, I don't think men was designed to be monogamous. I'm being honest with you, because when I think about cheating and the history of cheating, like, women have been complaining about men cheating since damn near
forever.
So that to me lets us know that biologically we are designed to love on multiple women. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know. It's just like, if you see a pattern historically, then you got to start to take into consideration, maybe that's biology. Like, maybe we're forcing monogamy onto men now, but maybe men haven't always been that way. And if you even go back in times, like, men have always had multiple wives. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's just like, I don't know. Maybe we're looking at this whole monogamy.
They even say, if you look at the animal kingdom, the male gets all the ladies there too. So I mean, even
listen, I could be wrong, and that's just my observation.
But okay, so even statistically speaking, what is it, like 51% of marriages end in divorce? And in my mind, the other 49 are really trying, and they're like, everybody's always like, marriage is hard, and which it is. I was married for a very long time, but they don't last. Or the people who y'all know, like my grandparents was married for like 30 years. They fucking hated each other. They were miserable. They just never got divorced. Like, they went and did their own thing. You know what I mean? So like, everybody tries to force ourselves into the box, and there are some people who feel like this is the only person that I'm gonna need, and that's great for them, and I love that for you. But the majority of people cheat, and they look for something outside of their partner. When I talk to people about monogamy, they are like, no, nope, poly nothing. But I'm like, well, do you have a best friend? They're like, hell yeah. Do you feel like your best friend's one of your soulmates? Absolutely. So you mean one person won't suffice for everything? That's what you're telling me? And you don't have to be romantic with all of the people that you love either. Again, because cheating is not always just physical. Like, I have very intimate relationships with my friends, and we don't have sex, we don't kiss, we don't touch, but they're still intimate relationships. And I feel like I need these people in my life, or I want these people in my life, and I love and I value them. So when it comes to romantic stuff, I know I have the capacity to romantically love more than one person. And I would hope that whoever I'm dating, if they choose that for themselves, I don't care about who, when, what, how, as long as it's healthy for you, I don't give a fuck.
You don't bring nothing back.
So
that's what I'm saying, as long as it's healthy for you.
Honesty. A lot of people aren't honest about that. You understand what I'm saying? You have people who are manipulative. So therefore, I believe in, one-on-one relationships, whatever. But then versus, they kind of put some women in involuntarily positions, if relationships, basically. Like, say, for instance, someone's talking to someone already, right? So they start talking to you versus, them telling you, like, look, this is the situation I have going on, this and that, to give you the opportunity to choose to still talk to this individual or not.
But they don't want you to do that. They don't want women to be like have the options. That's why they're like, no, you're mine. I'm gonna do what I want to do, but you're mine. They don't want us to have the same opportunities and the same.
A lot of men do that.
Do women really want that though? Like, do y'all want to be dominated by two men? Is that like something y'all like desire?
No. Me personally, no. I value monogamy. I love being with one man. Although now my strategy in dating has changed because I realized a man will say, hey, we're exclusive, but he's not necessarily being exclusive with me. But to go back to the original question that Ace was asking, would I be a part of the process on a man's come up? I don't mind as long as a man is literally laying out his plan and I see he has a solid plan. And he's working tangibly at it. Through my dating experience, I've met most men are already there at that peak, if that makes sense. So I never really had to go through the process with them. I may be on the journey to go to the next level with them, though, for their new goal. But for the most part, my experience has been I haven't had to, I guess, choose to be in that process.
And real quick, because I know what you're talking about with the Steve Harvey thing. Because I remember he was on, I believe, Earn Your Leisure, and he spoke about how Marjorie, the type of woman she was, and he was like, when he was in his previous relationships, his previous marriage, he fell into debt or whatever the case was, and he spoke a lot about how when he got with Marjorie, like she spoke life into him, like because he was going bankrupt at that time, and he was like the things that she provided to him. Obviously, she's an attractive woman, but financially he was struggling at that time. And she was like almost breathing life into him, like, oh, you want to get over this? And he was like, yo, he was married two other times, and he was like, this is the first time a woman has ever spoke life into me, like, you know what I mean, has ever spoke to me in a way where it made me want to be motivated. Like, so there is a instance where you might find somebody that's just more compatible, that is speaking that life into you, that is doing the more feminine or whatever the case is. You just might be more compatible, like, you know what I mean? So that is also an option as well. It's not just necessarily like, oh, well, she just, looks good or whatever the case is. And I don't know if he didn't cheat on his wives or nothing. They got a divorce or whatever, right?
I mean, you never
believe
know.
The second one got cheated on.
Oh, well,
yeah.
I never.
With the woman that he's with now.
Oh, okay.
Well, shout out to her anyway. But Nijay said, yo, there's a reason why females are outnumbered males. I mean, like you said, biology doesn't lie, man. You talking about the men are made to be monogamous, you know what I mean?
I mean, men die more than women, and just in general. I mean, we go to wars and shit. Like,
y'all do not go to war.
Mental health and shit. We just die more than women. Like, you know what I mean? So, I mean,
But
I mean, now there's obviously there is more women in the world than men, but I mean, there is other factors.
I think it's always been like that, though. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah, men has always been in the fucking dangerous fields. Niggas is on top of skyscrapers on a beam, fucking trying to balance on that shit, dying and shit. Like, you know what I mean?
I mean, we be dying in childbirth, though.
Yeah, that is true. Like, you know what I mean? But, how many men die on a daily basis to homicide and dangerous work and fucking wars and all this crazy shit? Like, you know what I mean? So, yeah. I think maybe that's probably the reason why. Y'all believe in soulmates?
I do. I think I'm a hopeless romantic.
I know Courtney would have said yeah for sure. She ain't even hesitate.
Okay, I believe in soulmates. I just don't believe in the one. I don't know if there's a difference. I don't believe.
What's the difference?
So me, I guess when I think of a soulmate, I think of having a special connection with one person. That may not necessarily mean we're meant to be together in terms of like that spiritual connecting through marriage or whatever the case may be, because for so long a soulmate was described to me as someone you marry, and it's like I might not marry my soulmate. I mean, the person who I believe is my soulmate, he's no longer in my life like that, but we always had a connection that I've never had with any other man. So I just believe when you marry someone, you're marrying them at a time that
you're ready to be married.
You're more compatible. You're ready. It is what it is. It makes sense, right? So, yeah.
But that doesn't mean that that's the one though. Just because you're marrying them.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like a lot of people don't end up marrying the love of their lives.
Yeah, there we go. That's what I was trying to say. Thanks, Simone.
Just so off. Like, I don't think if there is a soulmate, I don't believe. The percentage is so rare. Like, you know how many people is on this earth? You mean to tell me your soulmate just happens to live down the block from you? Like, no, come on. Like, that's crazy to be like,
you trying to take all the women, bro. What's up with you?
Well, he got me blushing.
I think that, you create your soulmate. You understand what I'm saying? Like, so say for instance, I'm dating someone, right? And like, if you really into a person, you learn a person, to the point that if I'm at the store, I know what you like. I know what you don't like. I know your sizes. I know everything about you. You understand what I'm saying? So, and like, I don't know, like inseparable, almost like finishing like your sentences. Like this is what I've experienced.
You said people kind of create their soulmates, right?
Yes.
So how do you feel about when women will often say that men prefer younger women or women like in their 20s because they can mold them, quote unquote, is what women would say. What do you feel about that?
Well, I've never really heard too much of that because like I never ever had to deal with that, I think the ones that do say that might be like narcissists or something because they want to be like controlling and a woman, they don't want a person to have their own independent mind. They want to control them like 1,000%. Like, because
what if that's them creating their soulmate? Like,
that's not creating, that's controlling.
But it's the guys who's controlling. Like,
why is it now controlling though? I don't understand.
Controlling, like, because you want something younger,
to be able to manipulate it versus having an organic and.
But why does it always have to come down to manipulation? Like,
because
if you find somebody younger who's more impressionable, that's the whole point of it, right? That's what you were saying.
No, I'm just saying, like, why does it always have to come down to control? Like, you're trying to manipulate or control them. Like, why you just can't see the like.
If you find somebody who's younger, the whole point from with that logic, what I've heard is like, oh, well, the young girls listen. You want to be able to control that situation and control that narrative, so they're not as combative, emotionally whatever. I guess they're more complicit.
That's not controlling. Like,
that is control.
No, it's not.
If you want
I want somebody that's going to be able to cooperate with you.
Take initiative, that you don't need to hold their hand to go to the candy store. You understand what I'm saying? Like, if something was to occur, we on the highway, whatever, tires pop. You know what I mean? Like, you don't control this girl so much. She not gonna know what to do. Versus a woman of her own mind. Like, look, we on exit, by exit 61. 32.
That same approach, what you're saying of a woman that has her own mind and knows, usually tend to not compromise and stay on their one mind track. You get what I'm saying? So that's why a lot of dudes do find younger women more approachable.
I had a situation here recently. There was a 40-something-year-old man with neck braids trying to convince me to comb my locks out so I would be more marketable.
To what?
He was suggesting that I comb my locks out to be more marketable. I would be a baddie and I could do this and I could do that if I would just. He said, "Comb your braids out."
A 40-year-old man with neck braids.
46 with neck braids. First of all, you shouldn't be saying shit to me about nothing. I'm gonna start with that.
What is?
But secondly, I'm talking to him. I was like, now why would I do that? I'm marketing to exactly who I'm supposed to market to, and it's working for me fantastic. All the rooms that you're in, I put myself in. You 46. But he was like, you can't take old dog new tricks. He hangs with young girls who he can mold to how he wants them to be. To me, he's arguing with me about combing my hair out. And I said, I'm not combing. Why are we talking about combing my hair out? You comb your shit out first. Like, what are we talking about? He was like, see, you don't listen. I'm like, why would I listen to you? And he's having a very hard time understanding or trying to understand why I just won't comb my hair out and put on a wig. Like, I just told you to put on a wig. That would be better, right? And I'm like, no. He's like, you too old. You don't listen.
I hate to hear the examples of like these old creepy ass pimp niggas. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not excluding your experience because I know that shit happen. Yo, every old dude, once you old and you just don't give a fuck, you just want to be a sugar daddy. Like, that's what it seems.
But he loves his young girls for that reason because they listen to everything he tells them.
Yeah, and I could understand and I could see that. But I think what Eli's talking about, like, like men, successful men, or actual businessmen or men that's in school or whatever the case may be, right? But they got their head on right. I think, in your 30s, you still looking at somebody that's 25 because you 35 and she 35. She combating with you. She telling you, we both getting our masters. I ain't got to listen to you when you could talk to somebody 25 and they might be able to just.
You want like a yes sir type of.
No. Okay. I want somebody that's compromising.
Is this a man that's looking to build a relationship with you?
I mean,
Simone, my fault.
Yeah, the 4-year.
Yeah, he wanted to date me, but I'm like, what you're used to is not me, baby. I'm not. I'm gonna do what I want whenever I want, how I want.
Mm.
But he, like I said, every time I see him, he has a younger girl, and I'm like I said, he's almost 50. He keeps like a 19, 20, 21, like, and they are very complicit. They do, you know, what he says because I guess for him, it makes him feel good to feel needed. Because with me, he is like, well, I do this and I do that and I do that, and I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't even like all that.
Yeah, but this
like,
and this is when we go back to feeling appreciated in a relationship.
But
like,
we can appreciate you, but they want to feel.
Telling a nigga like I don't need you, like, you know what I'm saying, nigga.
Well, that's not somebody that I was interested in dating. He was trying to impress me. He wanted me to need him and want him, but I didn't want him and I didn't need him. Now the people that I care about, it's a whole different story. I'll be like, babe, can you open this door for me? Thank you. I love you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so Simone, do you think that's why you were not as compromising? Because
but that's not something to compromise on.
To care.
That's not.
Not just the hair situation. I'm just
the situation
in general. Would you have been more willing to acquiesce to his request if it was
if it was somebody that I
cared about?
Yeah, if I value you and your opinion, absolutely, I'm gonna take your advice. Okay, maybe I don't want to comb my hair out, but so I should keep it a little bit neater. Should I start getting it done once a week? Okay, yeah, but okay, I see what you're getting at. Now we're working towards something. But because it was somebody who I didn't really know like that, I didn't really care for his personality. He's telling me do this. I'm like, who are you even?
But it wasn't so much of what he was asking, it was the fact that it was him.
Yeah. So, but the people that I care about, I value their opinion.
Right.
And I appreciate what input they have for me.
I can hear y'all, but I don't know if I believe y'all. When women get comfortable, so you know what I mean? Like,
that's your experience.
It's me, babe. It's me, babe. You got, you know, why I got to do all this for you? It's still me. It's me.
If you can't handle me, just say that. Like,
women are very aggressive. You need to come to Michigan.
So, okay, when we first got on,
over there, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
when we first got on, we talked about that. We were talking about how men don't get a lot of things. So with me recognizing that men don't get it, I go out of my way to make sure that my people feel it. The majority of my friends are men, and I make sure that they're loved on. Like, the little thank yous, I appreciate yous, all of that really does go a long way with y'all, and I understand that. That's why I brought it up when we first got on.
Men are struggling to even receive feminine women nowadays. Like, that's the thing. That's been an issue. A lot of men have been saying, and you know, a lot of the times when men express that, it comes off like, oh, yeah, I just want go back. Yeah, I just want a yes woman. Yeah, I just want somebody that's going to listen to y'all and shut up. Like, no, that's not what we want. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we don't mind you having your own, you know, voice in a relationship, but everything is not an argument. It doesn't have to be a back and forth. You got to prove how more dominant or more of a leader you are. Like, we don't need to bump heads all the time. And I think sometimes women get that misconstrued in a relationship. You know what I mean? And I think that's why there's a lot of factors why men prefer younger women. Obviously, beauty. We talked about this before. Beauty, fertility. You know what I mean? They're just more cooperative in general. Like, they are less likely to have children by another man. Like, there's a lot of factors, just society worldwide. Like, you go to Western, Eastern.
Huh? not in this day and age.
No, I mean, yeah, in this day and age, yeah. Like, it's only really in the Western society where you go to Asia, like, men ain't checking for women over 30. Like, that's just a thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's just
really got 10 of them Jones.
You know what I mean? So it's just like, you know, only in the West do we, and I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying only in the West do we allow women to be at an older age, and you know, before we consider them as a wife or marriageable and things of that nature. So I think there's a lot of factors. It's like it's the same reason why women prefer older men, because y'all associate older men with being more stable, financially stable, emotionally mature.
Emotional development.
Y'all associate that with older men.
So we want older men because they're more emotionally developed. Why do men want younger women?
Like I said, for beauty, fertility,
emotionally underdeveloped.
See, nobody said that. I just named it. Beauty, fertility.
Less combative.
Less combative. Like more.
That was a question.
Like, huh?
You said I'm being combative? That was a question.
No. You want a woman that's less combative.
I never said you. Yeah, I didn't say
younger women are less combative. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, there's just factors, like, and it's just different for both men and women. Like, you know what I mean? So, you know, I just think that's just a rule of thumb. I don't know, like, you know what I mean? So let me get to let me see what this next topic is. Yeah, we all got to like 8 different topics on that one. So, how has the rise of online dating apps changed the way we approach dating and relationships? Like, what do y'all think about online dating, and just how people dating, in the modern era right now, like, through DMs, through, Facebook or whatever the case is. Like, what y'all think about dating apps?
So I'm familiar with dating apps. I don't know if that's something I should proudly say, but I feel like it's created.
Are you ashamed of that? Like,
no, I wouldn't necessarily say I'm ashamed of it. I think it's a great way. It can be a great way to meet people, especially if you don't really have like a traditional schedule or you don't go out a lot.
It's normal now.
Yeah, it's normal now. It's like the new normal. But I feel like it's created this sense, two things. We've gotten a little lazier in our approach, and it's created sort of a sense of delusion of options. And basically what I mean by that. So for example, I could be matching with like 10 guys on a dating app. We're in conversation and I drop from the conversation. I move on to the next, and vice versa. A guy is talking to me, and next thing I know, he's dropping from the conversation, because it's always this I feel like it's created this grass is greener on the other side, or the whole grass is greener syndrome. And then let's say I'm talking to a guy and I look at my DMs and there's a few blue check marks in there. You kind of ask yourself like, should I talk to this dude, or should I talk to the dude in the DM with the blue check mark, but knowing that the blue check mark is not serious about me? He's not trying to more than likely be serious with me. You know what I mean? So it's just created sort of those dynamics that I feel has made dating a little more challenging.
Yeah, I think oftentimes, I think a lot of women confuse being wanted by a lot of men to being valued by one man. Like, you know what I mean? So a lot of guys will want to sleep with women, and women mistake that as, oh, he wants me, or he wants to be in a relationship with me. And that doesn't mean he values you. That means he just wants to have sex with you. Like, it's two different things. So, a lot of times, women might be in relationships and be like, oh, well, I have options. Like, I don't need to tolerate this. Or the moment y'all disagree on something is, oh, well, I got niggas in my DM. Like, I don't, like, you know what I mean? Then and men do the same thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, men do, oh, well, you're not doing this. Oh, I got women in my DM, or I could hit this girl up. Like, men do the same thing. I'm not going to lie or whatever. But, it's different from being valued to just being wanted. And I think, sometimes women can kind of like misinterpret that, you know what I mean? So,
and
I feel like
I have so many people in my DM, and guess what? I don't respond to none of them, because you know what? They don't know me. They see an image. You understand what I'm saying? They see my body, the way I dress, so you don't, what do you, like, you trying to hit me up because you thinking that you're going to hit or what? You know what I'm saying? I'm more of old fashioned. Like, I want to meet you. It like, we say, for instance, I'm in a market or something, you know what I'm saying? The grocery store, and I meet someone, or I'm at work, and, just so happen, we have a good conversation. Okay, let's go to lunch. You know what I mean? Like, all this social media stuff, people are facades. They pretend to be somebody for so long, and then it disappears. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What? You had sex with that person, that's a body wasted. You know what I mean? Like, my body count is precious to me. I ain't trying
it's precious to every nigga on this planet too. Women keep thinking it ain't. It is. We all care.
And then
every nigga cares. I'm telling you.
People are associated. You don't know, like, you can be talking to somebody and you can be talking to somebody else. You don't even know that they cousins through somebody else's cousin. You understand what I'm saying? You don't know. Like, nowadays, it's so common that people are connected.
Yeah. Let me ask.
Cousins, none of that.
Simone, let me ask you this question real quick. Because I may or may not have seen your Instagram. And you may or may not have some provocative pictures on there, like, you know what I mean? So how do you differentiate, guys that just see you as this almost like sex symbol to like wanting to like really seriously get to know you as far as a actual relationship? How do you differentiate that?
Whew. So that's what I wanted to talk about, because people see my image online and it's literally just a job. For right now, nothing is real on social media. It's whatever you want people to perceive it as. Now, some people, like when I get on live, they get to see my personality. That is very organic. But just the pictures of me, they look and they're like, oh, she must want to fuck me. She got her titties out. And I'm like, gosh, it's just a job stink. Like, it's not me. I'm really like, I'm a tomboy. Like, like I said, the majority of my friends are men. Like I'm a little bit rough around the edges, but online, it's a different persona. It's not me, but the majority of the time, I'd rather have on a hoodie and some sweats. You know, I want to go put my dunks on and I want to go chill. Like, but when I do things like this, I'll put on some makeup. I'll, you know, try to look like a lady, but nothing is real. So like with those people, all you see is that image of me. And unless you get to see my personality, and a lot of people are like, oh, I can tell your energy through the screen, which that is me. But whatever image you have of me, it's probably not the entire thing.
But you don't find that complicated for the man that would want to take you serious, because he feels like you're giving the world more than you would give him.
Why would he feel like that? They see one side of me. He gets to see my entirety. He gets to see my soul.
No, because they're seeing one of the side of you that most men don't want to share.
And that's, to you, that might be the most important thing. But I have been.
No, I didn't say it's the most important. I said that's the part they wouldn't want to share. You get what I'm saying?
Well, that's what I'm saying. So the people that care about me, and they understand that even though I'm sharing that part, they don't judge me for it. You know what I mean? And whatever they have, whatever bullshit they have, I don't judge them for their shit either. You know what I mean? So I can understand it, but the people that I've met, okay, so everything is skewed online. Back to your question, everything is skewed online. So when people approach me, I'm typically, especially with the approach, I'm assuming you want to fuck me. Like, that is what you're here for the most part. Then some people are like, well, I see your energy and I want to get to know you, but I'm not here for that. So there's nothing for me to differentiate who cares about me, who doesn't. Now, I have met people through the internet who I thought we might mesh well because nothing is real on the internet. I get to meet them. I'm like, oh my fucking God, I could have went without this. And then I've met people at the bar who I built an amazing bond with. They have no idea who I am. Then they find my social media and like, okay, so that's a thing.
What's going on here?
What the fuck going on here? It's different. It's different, but they got to know me before they saw that side. So, I mean, I prefer to meet people in person. That's just me, because my image, there's millions of people who see me in my image every single month. Like, it's not, to me, I'm not going to go through the whole process of trying to figure it out. I do move intuitively. There have been people that I met online and I built a dynamic with, and it's been amazing. But I move intuitively, because if you see my DMs, it's in fucking shambles. Like, but for the most part, the people that I met in person, and I have really, really strong bonds.
With that lifestyle, do you think that you can find a genuine person that you can build with, or do you feel like you're focused on that because you also can't find somebody that you might be able to trust with the right intentions?
I mean, even before this job, like I said, I was married for almost 10 years, and that was somebody I couldn't trust, and I wasn't doing this. So I don't think it's a matter of the career path that I've chosen, because this won't be me in 2 years. Like, it's something for right now, but I don't feel like it's going to inhibit me from finding somebody who genuinely cares about me. I do feel like I have to be a bit more cautious about who I let near me, because the motives are not always going to be the purest.
Definitely,
because this does attract a lot of fucking creepy ass shit. I see some fucking crazy ass shit. Like, I've gotten close with people, and I found out that they were like super stalking me. Like, it's a lot, but I don't feel like it's gonna inhibit me from finding genuine people, because I'm around genuine people every single day. So
yeah, I mean, I think for somebody like myself, that would be a bit much for me personally. Just because I don't really want, me in general, I don't want my woman to be as open sexually about her sexuality in the public like that. So I think for me, it'll be hard for me to be in a relationship with a woman who, you know, is in that type of lifestyle. Like, you know what I mean? Not saying I wouldn't. I would have the utmost respect, and I would respect you, obviously. But a part of me would feel like, you know, I wouldn't want my, you know, my woman to be out there as much. So that might be a struggle for me in a relationship.
But you wouldn't have to do that. You just find somebody who you're compatible with, and it wouldn't even have to be a struggle at all. Somebody who don't want to show her body, and you don't want her showing her body, and it's just that easy. You know what I mean?
You know, exactly. But like I said, that I would, me personally, and not that you give a fuck or whatever the case is, I would like, I'll be good.
If y'all met outside of that and then he found out, I think that will probably like stop him from pursuing it or making it more better. You know, at that point, if he finds out like, oh shit, you doing this, it's gonna turn out.
Yeah, like I said, there might. I'm pretty obviously there's going to be guys that's going to, obviously wouldn't mind that. But I'm just saying, me personally, I wouldn't. I probably.
It's a lie. It's a lie.
It's a
Yeah,
lot.
I know it's a lot.
You know what I'm saying? So.
And I always say, like, me as a person, I'm not a lot to deal with, but I'm a lot to process. I am a fucking lot to process. A lot comes with this shit. But as far as like, if we're in the house kicking it, I'm the easiest person you'll ever be around.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I might get some anxiety sometimes about some other shit, but there's no doubt that you're gonna feel welcome, warm, and loved when you're near me. But when you look outside of me, and I've had that happen, like, I'll be here and we're here dating and we're having a good time, and then as soon as I leave the house, the thoughts are spiraling. You know what I mean?
Man, Kanye said this in a song, man. He said Instagram is the best way to promote some pussy. And the more I think about that, the
Twitter.
more I be like, yo, he might be on to something, man. Like, he said a lot of crazy stuff, but he might be on to something on that one. So what do y'all think is the pros and cons of meeting somebody from like an online, like from like an dating app, or just like online, like Instagram, social media and stuff like that? What do y'all think the pros and cons are?
Well, I just got an Instagram.
I
just got one, as you said. And
you never been on no dating apps?
None.
Oh,
Wow.
You give me Christian Mingle vibes for some reason. Like,
listen, I was going to church. I just like, I like to fill out my stuff in person. I'm more old school. I'm not for all that.
You're not married?
No, I was before.
Okay.
But no.
So pros and cons of meeting people online. I feel like the pros are, through my experience, I can kind of get straight to the point with the person. I love the fact that initially who you're attracted to, right? It's like based off photos first, and then I get to know the person. The biggest con for me is the fact that people can present an image that's not even real. Like, they have this whole thing to draw you in, and then you meet them in person, and it doesn't even match up with who they said that they are.
Yeah.
The claim that they have. So,
yeah.
That's you can deal with that shit when you dating somebody out you met outside of dating. You get what I'm saying?
People lie every day.
Yeah, I'm gonna present to you the person that you want to see, and that's gonna give me access to fuck you. Like, that's what most, I ain't gonna niggas out here.
That's how it is.
I've been that guy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
You on that McDonald's Wi-Fi again?
Your Wi-Fi is dirt, bro. I ain't gonna hold you.
For real. I'm naturally a gentleman, but I've used that to get access to a lot of other women.
Naturally a gentleman.
yeah, that's crazy.
I am naturally a gentleman, and I use that approach on women that I wasn't really considering to take serious.
Drew, you
I
breaking
feel
up.
like y'all need to stop doing that.
I agree.
I feel like y'all need to stop doing that, because here's the thing. I hear men all the time say, oh, I want a woman to like me for me. I don't want her to like me for the things that I have. But I'm like, sir, you're taking pictures in front of your Maserati or your Bentley or the case may be. Like, if that's not what you want to be wanted for, stop selling that. Like, you can conveniently take a picture of you doing something. You might have your Rolex in the shot. You don't have to show everything if you truly don't want certain types of women to come to you. But I feel like y'all do it because, like you said, it's to attract a certain type of woman, and it will. Y'all know this, and it kind of goes to the women who, and this is no disrespect to anyone who does this. It's like when you're constantly selling more of the sexual image of you, and then most men are approaching you for sex. It's, some people don't know how to differentiate between the two. So
it's what they expect.
There.
That's fair.
Right.
That's a good analogy. I'm not gonna lie.
Simone, we got a question for you. Would you remove your posts for the sake of a relationship?
So someone that I was dating had an issue with my job. I said, okay, well, I told him, I said, you are the one person who has the opportunity to sit me down if you want to sit me down, but you got to understand that it comes with other things. You can ask me to stop making how much I make a month and then just expect me to just go find something else, just do something else. Like, so I'm like, we have to figure out something for that to work. You know what I mean? But I'm willing to do it. This is just, again, it's just a job. It's just some pictures. I can have the internet wiped by next week.
So
Man,
basically,
them pictures stay on the internet. Them shits don't go away.
No. Well, they'll be in people's phones. They'll be wherever they're gonna be.
Them shits is forever.
But yeah, so I have takedowns. So I have people remove stuff of me constantly. So
basically,
but I would. Well, I think it makes sense for me too, because you want me to stop everything I'm doing for the sake of your feelings when I could find somebody who's okay with what I'm doing. But I told him, I was like, I'll stop. I don't care. I like you. If you want me to stop, I'll stop. So to answer the question, yeah, I would. It's not that serious. It's just pictures.
But what was the stipulations though? You said we got to work something out. What you got to work out?
Well, he wanted me to be fully committed, stop my job, and I'm like, I will literally do that. But you can't have me out here asking for all of the things. Like, take care of me and I'll take care of you type thing. It was like reciprocity. Because he wanted me to be his girlfriend, but he was not treating me like his girlfriend.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I agree with that.
So, Simone, can I ask you a question? It is probably being asked in a different way. So you said that you would, for the right person, you would take your photos down and different things like that. What you currently do, and I know in that field, only y'all make bread, okay? Like y'all can afford a certain lifestyle that the average person can't. So if that stipulation was okay, I need you to quit this. If that required to lower the, I guess, level of standard of living, would you still do that? Does that make sense? Like if someone say, I want you to quit, and it's literally going to lower the level of a lifestyle that you have been able to afford on your own.
And see, that doesn't make sense to me. Logically, if I've worked this hard to get myself to this point, I'm not going to backtrack for anybody's comfortability. I'm just going to have to separate myself because we're not aligning at this point, and that's okay. But I'm not going to diminish my quality of life because it hurts your feelings that I take pictures of myself. Like, I value you, but we're not here with it. You know what I mean? So you want me to come out of my house and...
What if this is your perfect man, though?
Then it's not my perfect man if we don't agree on that, right?
That's only one aspect, that money. But every other, other box he checks off.
But most women don't want their level of lifestyle. Most women are not willing to do that. So it's like if a man comes into my life and I've worked at a certain level.
You didn't say you're gonna be in the slums. You still gonna live.
No, well, the thing is, if
not
I
gonna
can
be in a fucking mansion. That's it.
I can do literally everything by myself, and I'm comfortable. Why would I become uncomfortable?
So you can't be comfortable with nothing under what you're doing right now.
I worked really hard to have all the things that I have. I've literally come from fucking nothing. I don't want to go backwards.
All right.
But the person who was asking me to stop is a man of means. He is a very wealthy man. He can accommodate literally anything 2, 3, 4, 10 times over.
So why didn't it work out?
He was emotionally unstable.
That's a real thing out here. So I can feel that.
Yeah, he was
that's
emotionally
a real
unstable.
thing out here, y'all. Yeah.
The money wasn't enough.
Silence minions. Niji said to the ladies, what did your mother or your grandmother teach you about being a wife to a serious man?
My grandmother got cheated on for 30 years. She ain't teach me nothing. My mama got 6 baby daddies. She ain't teach me nothing.
That's still not
you learned nothing from your grandmother about.
Okay, so I cook, I clean, I shut up. I do all those things. I really do. Okay. I was a great wife. I was a great wife.
She turned into Carisha.
I was a great wife, but outside of that, like I'm talking shit. But like, I was married, and I literally did everything that I was supposed to do and that I could have done for that person, and it still didn't work out. But I was doing also more than whatever a wife should be doing as well. But it wasn't my person.
But I don't ever.
So like, I know how to cater to and care for people.
What do you mean more than a wife should be doing? What do you mean?
So outside of like catering to my spouse and my kids, like I'm the homemaker. I'm doing all of the things that a stereotypical wife is supposed to do. I'm laying low. I'm minding my business. If you need, it's taken care of. I'm anticipating your needs. Like everything's laid out. I was waking up at 4 a.m. to make sure that everybody had breakfast, lunch. And then I go to work and then I come back, make sure everybody got dinner. And then I'm doing homework. But then I'm also paying all the bills and I'm getting shit fixed. AB, hold on.
So is there anything that you Oh damn.
I honestly have to say it like this, like the way I was brought up, that a man is not gonna have everything all the time. You understand what I'm saying? Because everybody go through shit. Now, if you expect your man to be 1,000% perfect financially, you ain't never gonna have your man. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like for instance, I was married 10 and a half years. Okay. So he lost his job and stuff like that. So I put him through school for CNC operating. You understand what I'm saying? Because you have to build a foundation somewhere. You know what I mean? Like, okay, let's go back and try to figure this out. You understand what I'm saying? I'm
But
not
that's
gonna
different. You guys already had
feel
that established.
like I'm doing too much as a wife. You know what I'm saying? I cook, I clean, work 16, 17, 18 hours a day as an acute dialysis nurse. Been doing it for the past 14 years. You understand what I'm saying? So, like, I be exhausted. I go to work at 4:30 in the morning, don't get home 9, 10 o'clock at night. You understand? But
can I ask you a question? Because women love to kind of paint themselves as this perfect being in a relationship, and they did nothing. They didn't contribute any form or way and fashion to the demise of a relationship. Was there anything that y'all think, looking back on y'all marriages, was there anything that y'all feel like y'all contributed to the demise of the marriage?
Take full accountability of not being there sexually. You understand what I'm saying? Because I was my kids' education, my education, you know what I mean? So, and I apologize for it, but at the end of the day, the things that have taken course, I can't rewind the hands of time. I'm not going to beat myself up about it. It just seasons me and prepared me for my next relationship. Not to be, I'm not saying not to be so career driven, but to try to spend more time at home versus trying to get all the money in the world. You understand what I'm saying? Going to work 7 days a week, from the crack in the morning to late at night coming home, and then you wanting some, and I'm not willing to have sex because I'm exhausted. You know what I mean? So therefore you went out and you found something else, which is fine. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, we don't have bad blood or nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because I know what my flaw was.
Okay. What about you, Simone?
Courtney, thank you for your transparency.
Yeah, nobody is free of fault, especially in a divorce. Nobody is free of fault. So I know, like, my situation is a little bit different. I was in an extremely toxic and abusive relationship. But I know for me, I was emotionally disconnected. So I definitely let it go on way longer than it should have. Like, it wasn't my person. He wasn't my person, but also I was not in tune. I was literally just a robot. I was numb and I was shut down. So like I would do the things and it wasn't, I guess, the feeling that he would want. But also there was like no reciprocity in that regard. So it was kind of like a toxic cycle. Like, well, I'm not getting this, so I'm acting like this, and well, I'm acting like this because I'm not getting that. You know what I mean? Between the two of us. But I definitely was emotionally disconnected, and because it wasn't my person, I grew a lot of animosity, to the point to where I almost began to like physically react to being around that person. So I'm sure that was extremely uncomfortable because I can't imagine. And I said some not nice things. They were very true, but I definitely didn't have to say it.
Got you.
Sound like Eli.
Oh my God. Yo, it's the cheap shots, man. So,
can I speak to that? Can I add on to that real quick?
Sure.
Courtney, I really loved hearing your story and you being transparent about that. I hear men, at least with social media and everything nowadays, say they want a boss chick while still having a feminine woman who can do all these other things. But then
how are we going to rest in our femininity?
Say that again.
Like, how are we supposed to rest in our femininity if we
work? And so when I
like
hear stories like Courtney's, where you had to go to work and work 16 hours and still do the things that you do, and you still have to be performative sexually, because sex is important in a relationship, especially to a man. That's up there. So it's like you're asking us to do those things, and it's just like, okay, you want a boss chick, but be careful what you ask for, because that comes with certain things.
That's an excuse. I'm gonna stop you right now. That's an excuse. You should always know how to be a woman at all times. And I'm saying, and also keep your your partner happy at all times. That's what a relationship is about. And if you're not keeping your partner happy, it shouldn't always have to be coming from your partner that you're not happy. You should be the one communicating like, oh shit, I know I'm not talking to you. I'm not complimenting you. I'm not feeding you. I'm not fucking you. You, the person that's not doing the act, should be coming to the person like, I know it, because you know they're dinking it. Whether they might have told you, now they don't want to tell you as much. It's your job to communicate to that person and make them feel better.
But that's at the end of the day,
as a man, I could sit here and say, I cook, I clean, I work.
But do you shut
Well,
up?
You don't shut up. You don't shut the fuck up.
I'm still working for some pussy. So I don't want to hear, oh, I'm tired. I work 13, 14. Niggas been working for forever. So when y'all was just housewives, y'all was still too tired to get that pussy up. So I don't want to hear no pussy excuses.
I'm not sure have y'all heard men say they want boss chicks? I'm not familiar with that.
I'm hearing it more and more in the social media circuit. Like, oh, she's got to make as much money as me. She needs to be this.
Y'all know y'all ain't hear that. Y'all know y'all didn't. No, that's what women say.
Okay, not personally in my experience, but I'm hearing it. Like, the more I'm scrolling on social media, she's got to come to the table with this.
Talking about TikTok?
And what somebody said in the comment section, they were like, what the F is she talking about? No man of means asked for a boss chick.
Yo, fellas, put in the chat if y'all hear men say
I'm gonna send y'all videos.
The only men that want
I start anybody, I tell them what it is up front. I'm an open book. Like, look, this is what it is. This is what I do for a living. This is how many hours I work. Oh, I'm good. That's cool. You know, this and that. And then, eventually it wears off. You understand what I'm saying? And then boom, now we're in the courtroom going through divorce or whatever, which was easy because I didn't want nothing and he didn't want anything from me. And I didn't put him on child support or any of that sort. You understand what I'm saying?
Why it was comfortable to him before? I'm going to give you
it was. You agree?
It's easier for me to maneuver with multiple women because you still booked up in your time. You don't have to watch what the fuck I'm doing.
See?
I'm gonna let you know.
Professor Fuckboy Jew is in the
bed. Yo, I'm telling you, I like women that were busy. If you're busy, you ain't got time to see what the fuck I'm doing. You ain't got time to worry about who I'm fucking because you at work.
All right, and that's why he went.
You got kids. Go watch your kids. Don't worry about where I'm at. You get what I'm saying? So it's niggas like, oh shit, she busy.
I think sometimes when we have this conversation, because the crazy part is women have no problem submitting to their bosses. Like they could work overtime 100, but y'all know better to go to y'all boss and have these attitudes. When y'all go to these corporate businesses, y'all know better to have these attitudes. Y'all know how to turn it on and off, right? When y'all some of y'all single parents, single mothers, y'all could work 100 jobs, but y'all know to still come home and be nurturing and be a mother at the end of the day. So now for some reason when we get into relationships, you have no problem submitting to your boss. That's never been an issue. But when it comes to your man, now becomes, well, how can I submit to you or be feminine to you when I'm working too? You had no problem being feminine to your boss. You know what I mean? You had no problem being nurturing to your kids and being a mother to your kids. But when it comes to men in relationships, now it's, oh, well, I can't be because I got to.
But are you providing the space? So, like, I hear this topic all the time, and men always want women, you need to submit. Or I want a woman who's submissive, but it's just like, okay, women do submit. Women submit by nature, for the most part. We just have to make sure that we have the platform to be comfortable doing that. Like, I don't just do OnlyFans. I have multiple businesses that I don't talk about. By standards, I'm a boss bitch. But I know how to submit to people who make me comfortable, make me want to give that to you. So, like, in my previous marriage, he told me I didn't make him feel like a man. I said, I can't make you the man. You have to be the man, and I'll make you feel like the greatest man. But you have to start doing the shit.
Again, you just said he has to be a man. Men are saying, well, you have to be a woman. Like, I can't make you a woman. You have to be a woman.
Well, that's the thing. I was still a woman. I'm still, like, doing all the things. I was never combative. I'm not an argumentative person. I don't like confrontation. So he loves to argue.
Yeah, but what you just said, you put the ownership on.
You don't have to be argumentative. You can be nonchalant, which can be a form of combativeness to some men.
Well, what are we fighting about, though? So I'm not nonchalant.
If you're nonchalant, if I'm expressing my feelings and you're not combative, but you're nonchalant about the situation, that will piss me the fuck off.
Well, but we can reach a solution without it being a great debate. You know what I mean? So it's not that I'm nonchalant, but like if you get to know me, I'm a very dry person. So it's not that I don't care. It's not that I'm nonchalant. My face is just like this. Like I have to kind of work to give some extra emotion because I look and I process things a little bit differently. So he was like,
if
you
a
don't
man
care.
approach you and
It's
tell
not
you
that
that,
All right, silence minion. Need you speaking. What kind of male says they want a boss chick? I've never heard of beta male. You man beta male on that? Need you send another super chat? We need. I don't think you meant beta on that. No, I think you meant alpha.
But yeah, it's not that I don't care or I'm nonchalant or anything like that. I'm still gonna work to try to reach a resolution with you. But at the same time, like I said, my situation was different. It wasn't that I have a great man and I'm not doing what he's saying. I'm literally doing all of the things that he had agreed to do, that he chose and opted out of when he got me to doing everything, and then was like, I don't feel like a man.
No, look, I can hear you, but you're saying, oh, I'm not combative. I'm very dry when it comes to, but I'm still going to work around and I'm going to do whatever I have to do. Like a lot of people, like, that's like when a woman say, yo, I don't feel like having sex, but I'm going to just turn over and let him fuck me.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Like,
what I'm saying is the response may not be the response that you want, but I'm still going to do the work for you.
Yeah, but
like it may not look like what you want it to look like.
Nobody wants like sympathy sex. If you, I'm gonna use that.
No, that's not. I'm not talking about sex at all, baby. I'm not talking about sex at all.
I'm not saying sex. I'm using that as an example. Like I was using that as an example. Like you're just doing it just cause, but you're not genuinely doing it. You're not doing it.
No, I'm doing it to reach a resolution. I'm saying I might not be with all the theatrics, but I'm working to reach a resolution with you. That's what I'm saying. It's not clicking, Steven.
Huh?
No, I can hear somebody breaking into another car in Brooklyn.
Yeah, it's real good over there.
Hopefully,
but I love
in Brooklyn.
By societal standards, like I love making a man feel like a man. I love doing dainty shit. Like I am a tomboy, but I love taking care of people. I love feeding people. That's my love language. Like not even in a romantic sense, but like my whole family, they know when they come home, they get a good meal. They're going to sleep. They're gonna have a whole experience. Like when I used to live
where you live again?
Closer. I'm in Texas.
Oh,
I used to live closer to my family. It was like grandma's house. People would literally come over my house to eat and sleep and just be merry. So like I love doing things like that, but it's really hard for me to do things like that, like enthusiastically, I guess. If I'm literally doing everything by myself.
Question. When we pull up to Houston, you got a place for us or not?
Oh yeah, for sure.
All right,
I got a few places for you.
All right, say that.
Yeah, I think we live in an interesting time because this is like the first time in at least in Western civilization where women do now have equal rights and opportunities as men, and now you guys are all working and able to have an income. So now what needs to happen now is and we're going to touch on traditional roles and relationships, but nothing is really traditional no more. Like, what I mean? The minute you guys worked for equal rights and equal opportunities as men, you kind of gave up that traditional lifestyle. Like, what I mean? Now you guys are working. Now you have to realize how is that dynamic going to work now in today's society, in today's modern era of relationships. You know what I mean?
Well, I feel like tradition only worked because women didn't have an option. Mm-hmm. We had to get married if we wanted a bank account.
That's fair.
That was a part of the finesse.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, even if it's not saying that all of it was a finesse, but women literally couldn't do anything without a man back then.
Mm-hmm. So there
was no other option.
That's why men had to pay for the majority of the bills and finance and everything, because there was only one form of income, was the man's income. So of course he had to provide for everything. Now there is two forms of income in the household potentially. Obviously, inflation has all-time high. Like, we got bills that our grandparents and our great-grandparents and shit that they never even had to worry about. They had to worry about the bare minimums: water, fucking electricity, and mortgage. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they had the bare minimum bills. Now we got motherfucking bills out the wazoo. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, I think we have to reevaluate how we define the relationships in this modern era, with men and women. Like, you know what I mean? So, I don't know, man. It's just,
with that boss chick attitude, though, I find it that some women would feel like okay, now they present the opportunity of being a boss chick that they have to be heard, and it's more than being heard. They have to have that control now because men had the control for so long. Now it's their time to shine type of thing going on. I don't know if you guys understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, I understand where you're coming from. Like it's like I worked hard to have this voice, and I want people to hear me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
So I know, like from my personal perspective, I'm literally just working because I got kids. I want to build a legacy that they won't have to ever experience anything close to what I've ever gone through. You know what I mean? So this isn't. I know some women who are working until they find a man and hoping that they find a man to provide. So I enjoy working. It makes me happy, but at the same time, I do like being soft. Like I enjoy it. And one of my favorite things to say, because I am in that range where I have to constantly, I don't like the word dictate, but I'm responsible for a lot of things. One of my favorite things to tell my friends and my team, I want to shut the fuck up today. I don't want to think about shit. Can you just do this? I want to shut the fuck up. I get tired of hearing myself. I don't want to make the decisions today. I want somebody else to be responsible. I want somebody else to take lead because I'm always being put in the position to guide. And I don't do this shit every fucking day. Like, let me shut up.
A lot of men are stepping up, and at least in my experience, a lot of men are stepping up, and we do want to lead. But what happens is now we are butting heads on this leadership role. You know what I mean? So the woman wants to lead, then the man wants to lead. Now you might challenge my authority because you feel like I'm trying to control you or I'm trying to manipulate you. So now
but trust goes into that.
Yeah,
I have to trust you to lead.
Like we're butting heads now because nobody wants to kind of submit to the other side. Like, because a lot of women feel like submission is a form of slavery, and I'm no man's slave. And then when we use the word cooperative, I don't like the word cooperative either because that means you want me to shut up and be quiet. Like, it's so difficult, you know what I'm saying, navigating these relationships nowadays with
the missing factor is trust out of that though. Like, I trust you to lead, so I'm not gonna give you no shit. Like, even when me and my peoples don't agree, like I said something the other day and my homeboy stood behind me and he wanted to challenge what I was saying, but he was just like, you got it. And then it clicked later on. And it's vice versa. Like, he'll do some shit and I'm like, but I trust his process. You know what I mean?
Is it just trust? Because like remember how people you said women had to do it because they had no other choice. So with the option being there, now it's, trust. You get what I'm saying? Like, before, when you didn't have any options, you trusted me because you had no other options.
It wasn't necessarily trust, because even back then, like, I know, they talk about Papa's having 2, 3, 10 side families and stuff. So it wasn't trust. It's just what I got to do for right now. You know what I mean? So now, because we do have the options, I have to trust you enough to give you my submission. And that's because I'm in BDSM and it's the same concept. Like, I'm literally handing that to you and I trust you. So I'm not going to give you a bunch of shit. And vice versa. Like, I know that you trust me to lead you, so I'm not going to lead you astray. When is a mutual trust.
When does that trust or that, okay, I'm going, like, my thing is, if a woman is in a relationship with a man, that means you clearly trust, you trust him enough to put yourself in a relationship with him, right?
I don't think so.
So then why be in a relationship with him? Like,
I feel like a lot of people, not even somebody, but people choose something. They want to feel something over nothing. They want someone over no one. So they put themselves in positions to occupy and fill the void. That's why a lot of relationships are what they are. They're not pure and genuine relationships. They're, like somebody said earlier, placeholder relationships. Like, this is what I'm doing right now. I haven't done the work on myself to know that this person is or is not compatible, but they are somebody and I'm gonna do
it. That's fair. Like, I always just question that, because it's like, why put yourself in he has to show me that he can lead, and it's like, well, if he's your boy, if you trust him enough to be your boyfriend, why not trust him enough to lead in that situation?
It's the same thing. People be having kids with people, is like, damn, why'd I do that? And it's like, people like, so you didn't trust the person you was fucking? You know what I mean? And nah, they were just horny.
They would just be fucking with no relationship.
The person I was screwing, because all 3 of mine by one person. I don't believe.
Well, that's you, but I'm saying for the average person, that's you.
That's why the saying is, you pick your men like you pick your produce in the market. You understand what I'm saying? Can't anybody get no conversation with me. Can't anybody get on my line. None of that. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you really got to be about something in order for me to even give you conversation. Like, I don't just give out frivolous conversation because I don't have time to waste. You know what I'm saying? So, like, and that's just the honest to God truth. Plus, I have kids. You know what I mean? You can't let everybody around your kids or none of that. You know, people pretend to be this way. You know, you really don't know people. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm careful of the image that I put on social media, like how I look, how I dress. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, my daughter's finna graduate college. My son finna graduate high school. You know what I mean? Their friends are on social media and stuff like that. So I don't want them thinking one way. I don't have time for, them trying to, it's your mom or none of that. You know what I'm saying? I don't have time for the men trying to come for me because what they see versus, me truly. You know what I mean? Like, I've really never had those issues.
Yeah, let me get to this next topic real quick. It says, has the rise of hookup culture been the demise of commitment? Nicole, I'm gonna ask you, what's your thoughts on that? Hookup culture. Do you feel like hookup culture is kind of contributing to the lack of commitment nowadays in relationships?
I do. It seems like, we went through so many waves of the feminist movement, right? We had the first wave that gave us our freedom to be independent. The second wave, I think it was just like voting rights. And now we're in this third wave of like exercising our sexual freedom, which has made it only more easier for y'all to like accept like, hey, okay, we don't have to commit to y'all. Y'all just gonna give it to us willy-nilly. Like, we don't have to commit to you. And it's just, I feel like it's benefited the men more than it has benefited us as women. I feel like, yes, everyone has
you forgot about the last wave of feminism.
Say that again?
You forgot about the last wave of feminism.
The last wave of feminism, right, was the sexual freedom.
No. There's one after that. It's the complete. We think we're superior to men. That's the last one.
Okay, yeah, we're in that era right now. You can see it playing out in movies.
We don't need men. We're superior. We're better than them. Like,
yes, that is definitely playing out, and I definitely disagree with that. But yeah, in terms of the third wave, I feel like it really has like amplified. The hookup culture has amplified this idea that, okay, we really don't have to commit. People are still committing to relationships, but I feel like now more and more people are just taking their time.
These fake ass relationships now, though.
Definitely.
It's like double Dutch relationships. You got one foot in, one foot out. Like, you just like shit ain't real.
What about you, Courtney? How you feel about hookup culture? And you feel like, is there a demise of commitments because of hookup culture?
I think it is. It is. And it makes it harder for people who actually want relationships, because how do they reference it? Sneaky link now? You know what I mean? So like, no one wants commitment now. Like, they just want to,
beat it up.
In there, like, no. I don't agree with it.
Simone, what's your thoughts?
I can agree. I feel like a lot of people are also realizing they don't want committed relationships. So that's why they're just fucking around with the fuck around, find out. They know that they don't want that. So you get on Tinder, and I was so green to what Tinder was for so long. So I'm like, y'all getting on here and y'all fucking people? You just finding people okay. Well, if that works for you, go off.
They know they don't want men's bios versus like women's bios, like, because guys, I don't think guys read no fucking bios. We just looking at the pictures. They don't. Look good. I like women bios. It be so descriptive and like
detailed, like shit.
A guy's bio, he don't got no bio. He just got pictures. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
what's good?
Yeah, what's good? Like,
literally, we're almost like promoting ourselves, even if you're not promoting yourself. I'm 28. I'm a dog mom.
I'm fun.
I'm fun, outgoing, sunshine emoji. Like,
well, they're listening.
Like, her ass fat on this one. Her ass fat on that picture.
Your word. That's a fact.
That's all.
What'd you say, Nicole?
I said a lot of times, women on their social media, they're listening, or excuse me, their dating profile, they're listing all the things that they don't want versus keeping it light and simple, saying, okay, this is what I'm looking for, this is who I am, and then just going from there. So you can kind of tell the women who are hurt and bitter. And, I was telling my homegirl I was talking to tonight, like, don't list everything that you're not looking for. And, you know, a woman will say, oh, don't come at me if you're just looking for sex. Well, then most people will think, okay, the type of men you're attracting just want you for sex. So there's something about you that's attracting that, or whatever the case may be. I don't want a man that's going to use me for my money if you don't got your own thing going on, what the case may be. So men will probably typically think, oh, you just give men your money. So you'll probably attract a man who's looking for a woman.
Exactly.
Specifically
Let me
that.
act like I'm not interested in her money. Yeah, I do things for you, girl.
She gonna give me the world.
And you know what?
I'm glad that you actually said that because it's been a while since I've been on actual dating apps. I just don't be bothered no more. But I'm not saying they're bad or anything. I just don't bother. But I've seen like a bunch of like videos of just women having a list of demands that they don't want from a man instead of them selling themselves to a man. It's like, oh, well, if you ain't over 6 feet, don't hit me up. If you got a baby mom, don't hit me up. If you don't got a beard, don't hit me up. Like, I'm like, God damn, like you got all of these list of requirements that a man, you know, should have in order for him to even DM you. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, that's kind of a turnoff sometimes for men. Like, you know, even if we do check off all those boxes, it's like, is it really worth it? Like, you know what I mean? Probably not. You know? So, what'd you say, Drew?
I was gonna say that I do blame hookup culture on and ladies don't hate me, but it's really y'all fault. You get what I'm saying? It's all y'all fault. Y'all grant men access to sex, and if y'all out here fucking with no conscience, we ain't even gotta like y'all said, we don't have to put effort into getting to know a woman, cater to a woman. The first thing is you gotta do is fuck you good. Like that's the fucking
the qualification, like
it don't care about if I'm a good man, you know, none of that shit. How you know where did I take you on the first date? First date is at the crib. You get what I'm saying? So a lot of that shit, if women give such easy access to the one of the most precious things they have, their wombs, to random regular degular niggas, how am I so special? When I meet a woman and I'm on social media and I'm saying, yo, yeah, oh, let's pull up. Oh, yeah, we gonna hang out. Oh, I really don't go to niggas' houses on the first date. You different. You think I'm like,
lady, really?
Really? You get what I'm saying? I'm not different. I'm not different. I'm not special. I've been in that next nigga crib too.
I do think the benefit of the hookup culture is now you get to the other part faster. Like you get to find out like if this person is really like a match. Because after the sex, it's you really find out like if y'all match. You know what I mean? Because after the sex, it's like the real is coming out. Now you're gonna see how that man really feel about you because he already got the pussy. So now you're gonna see the real him. You know what I mean? And
so you saying that after getting the access to it?
Huh?
You saying that after like smashing first?
Yeah, after you smash, like now you get to see like if you really match, like if she really got a personality, if she because sex is already out the way.
So can I ask a question?
Yeah.
So I know some people who got married super young and they felt like that was a person. They chose to not have sex before marriage. They get married, they fucking hate the sex. Is that a deal breaker?
Hell yeah. I ain't marrying nobody. I ain't tried.
They're not sexually compatible, like at all.
Up. I wouldn't have did that.
Yeah, I gotta test it out before I marry you. I ain't gonna hold you.
Okay, well, see, okay. Let me ask this question.
Wait, before you go
on. Okay.
Niji says the value of the cat is at an all-time low. Why buy the cow when the milk is free? Fact though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, go ahead, Nicole.
So would it matter if, as a woman, I wait 90 days or 6 months before having sex with you? Does that change your views about me? Especially if we wait, the sex might, like Simone said, might not be compatible or whatever the case may be. So it's like, is there really a difference if I don't believe in first date sex? That's just me personally. But whether it's the first date to 6 months later.
Well, it depends on the type of man that you're dealing with. Because I know Drew said on multiple occasions, if he get it on the first night, then he not fuck with you. Like, you know what I mean? But me personally, I'm not waiting. I'm not waiting on 90 days. That's a whole fact.
I'm willing to wait 90 days. I find it highly attractive. The only thing is if I feel like you making this rule on me, then I would have a problem. Like, don't get standards now all of a sudden. Like, you know what I'm saying?
How you know she not?
How do you know?
How you know she
Like,
not?
you
That's what I'm
know.
saying, bro. Like,
Look, you know, like
The power of social media.
But if the same way that you know that, how would you not know that she made an exception for you on that one night? Like, she never does this, but she felt the way about you. How do you know?
You'll never know.
Yo.
You'll never know.
You have because how do you know one and you don't know the other?
You'll never know. So like I was saying,
I feel like I knew both. I knew she was lying when she said I was the only one that she ever came to my crib first. And I know I asked lying based on this 90-day rule without
this nigga Jew just gonna assume, nigga. If you make him wait, he gonna make it up in his head. Girl, and then you give it up easy,
no,
he gonna think you easy.
So,
that's
it.
No, because look, I also think that people can have sex early, and that, you know what I'm saying, and it just happens. I just feel like when a woman throws herself out there, I find it less attractive. I don't want grab and go pussy. I'm sorry.
Well, what if she's not intending it to be grab and go pussy? She's genuinely attracted to you and she's very sexually attracted to you, but she does like you as a person.
Hold your horses, ma. I'm sorry.
Okay, you want her to hold her horses, and then after
we can express how much we are attracted. We can do all this, but
there's no rush to get to sex, is what you're saying.
It's no rush to sex for me. You get what I'm saying? Like, I feel like I'm gonna express how much I want you to. Fuck it, I might even try to fuck you, but I still, you get what I'm saying?
You don't want to get fucked. You want to fuck him, but you don't want to get.
No, I'm just saying, I just don't want it to be grab and go. I'm sorry, it's a mental thing for me.
I don't know, Drew. You confusing the public right now.
I'm saying like.
By the way, I'm asking rhetorical questions. Just FYI.
Yeah.
Like, I know about the whole night, how y'all feel about the 90 days. It's just for women who are still probably questioning themselves and how do I get a guy to take me seriously? You know, because there's been times where a woman has waited 90 days and she's thinking she's showing the man that, hey, I have self-discipline, only for it to not lead into a serious relationship. So I see some people talking crap in the comment section. These are just rhetorical questions. I already know. This is just for women who are still trying to figure it out.
Like Niji said, stop listening to Steve Harvey, man.
I'm not saying you should put a time on it. It got to be a genuine connection.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things that I've learned is there's not because being lusty, you're not acting very logically when you're just full of lust. Like, it's just pure emotions and hormones.
Yo, Toxic Butt said, what part of Texas you in? I'm in Euless. I want to take you out in my Hellcat for Sunday.
Oh, baby, I see myself stink. I'm good. Thank you, though. I do appreciate you and your Hellcat. I know it's nice, too, and I know it look good. I know you look good in it, baby. I appreciate it.
Man, shots is being shot today. I heard. But like I said, man, it just depends on the man you with. If you want to take that chance.
And that's what I was saying. So, like, you never know who's genuine until you know who's genuine.
Exactly.
So, working on yourself, you attract like-minded people, I feel, in my mind.
And
like,
I think you could teach.
You could wait the 6 months or whatever you want to wait, and then he hit it, and then that's all he.
And
wanted.
He still don't talk to you because I know that men.
Or he might hit it
when
he
they're
don't
ready.
like the sex. You know what I mean? So it's like.
Yeah. So have y'all ever heard of like men not wanting to break up with people? I mean, y'all just kind of like let them do the thing. So I know that a lot of men don't have an end. Like, they'll just stop fucking with it whenever they're done with it, or they're told to be done with it. So like, I have seen people go above and beyond. Like, I'm waiting. I'm not giving him none, even though and then they do it, and the nigga's like, first class flight out of bitch life. And it's just like, you waited that whole time because you felt like he was gonna make you more valuable. He was okay with it. He was still smashing who he was gonna smash, and when you gave it up at that 6 month mark, he got those and he slid. So now what do we learn?
It don't matter.
You know what I mean?
It don't matter.
Yeah, it's kind of a slippery slope, to kind of navigate. But I think men in general just value a woman who values her body, and that could come in a lot of different forms.
Yo, you toxic for real. I ain't gonna. nigga toxic for real, bro. You said 90 days. Hell nah. You got 3 weeks if you're not a virgin.
Virgin. But just to go back to Simone, I know you said something about sexual compatibility. I think you could learn sexual compatibility through, communicating with, your partner. Like, because I had a relationship where, the first time we had sex, it was a bad experience to the point I was like, damn, I don't even know if I want to hit this shit again. Like, you know what I mean? Because I just thought the pussy was broke. But then we started communicating, you know what I mean? And then it did get better, and I started we enjoyed each other more. So it wasn't like, I think you could always learn it. You just got to communicate properly. Like, not everybody knock it out the ballpark the first time. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and obviously there's more pressure on men to perform, sexually than there is women. We always talk about that, but you know what I mean? Like, so.
And women think because a nigga nut that experience was good for him. Like, no,
y'all can really nut off of.
Right.
Yeah,
Thinking about
First
something.
of all, I could accelerate that nut and make it happen so I don't have to fuck you no more. Like,
no, y'all.
Like, women don't be understanding that. Like, yo, this was whack. No, it was whack. It wasn't whack. It was
you
whack.
thinking it was so good? I came in 3 minutes. No, I wanted to come.
I had to get out of here.
I had to get up out of here.
Yeah. So
no, I agree with you for sure. Compatibility in every regard can be enhanced by good, effective communication for sure. Maybe I was thinking of chemistry, like just raw chemistry. And I will say I've definitely given a redemption fuck to somebody who, like, we were good friends, and I tried it. I was like, oh, this is
redemption
terrible.
fuck. Like, yeah, you got one more time, nigga. You gotta get this shit right. Like, yeah.
And it was worse the second time. I was like, okay, we have no sexual chemistry or compatibility, but you're cool.
Damn.
Like,
you don't get a third strike, you out.
Did you communicate though? Like, did you communicate like what he wasn't doing right, or what, like how he wasn't satisfying you and stuff? Like,
and we tried to talk through it as it was. I'm a communicative person, so as it was going on, we were talking through it as well.
So that's a deal breaker for you. What happened if y'all compatible in other areas? Like,
you probably was talking too much. You busted his ass.
I'm about to say like,
this
shit feeling too good.
Not even like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's a story. He didn't tell me that he had ED until the moment. So I'm like, okay, you good? Like, what do you need? Like, you know what I'm saying? But I didn't know until I'm like, okay, so like, how can I help you? I don't know what you like because we've never had sex. Like, if you tell me suck my balls, I'm gonna get down there and suck your balls because that's what will help you. But I didn't know that it was a biology.
What is it called when a woman can't? We have these terms for when a guy can't get erect. What is it called when a woman, like, she can't get wet, like she can't get moist?
Vaginal dryness. They have different
vaginal dryness. That's a thing.
Vaginal dryness is a thing. It can be hormones. It can be stress. It could be arousal by itself. It can be so many things that go on with that.
Or just major turn off. Just that.
VD. We're gonna call it VD from now on.
VD.
VD.
I feel like that stands for something else.
That
stands for something else.
Actually, stand for something else. Before I start out here giving somebody some crazy.
That's a venereal disease.
Yeah.
I take it back. We're gonna call it something else, y'all. We're gonna call it something else. My apologies.
Well, what old girl said in Insecure, broken pussy. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, broken pussy.
That's what you got.
PV. We gonna call it PV.
Let me get to this last topic. I know it's getting kind of late. I don't want to hold y'all up too much. I do appreciate y'all having this conversation with us. Yo, make sure we get them likes up. I don't know what a like said, but make sure we get these likes up. Yo, a like is free, man. Like, it take 2 seconds to like the goddamn video. And make sure y'all cop the merch.
You know what I just thought of, though? A broken pussy, it'd be like BP. You need some gas, like, you know what I mean?
That's a song.
Yo, make sure y'all cop the merch. Dailyrapupcrew.co, man. Like, and just to reiterate, we are on a hiatus right now. Tomorrow and next Friday, we will not be dropping episodes, but the new year, we back on your heads with new episodes, man. We got some episodes lined up for you. I ain't gonna hold y'all, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we might have another Why Eli moment in there. I don't know. You know what I mean? You just gotta tune in, like, you find out. But yes,
I do be pissing the guests off. I ain't gonna lie.
Yep.
You
really? Only sometimes, like, you know what I'm saying?
All the time.
But yeah, make sure y'all tune in, man. So getting into this last topic, I should say. Are traditional roles, gender roles, and expectations holding people back from finding fulfilling relationships? Let me start with Nicole. Nicole, what's your thoughts on this?
No, I don't think so. And I guess the reason why I say that is just through my experience before my parents divorced. It was a pretty traditional setup, so I got to witness that. I've been in relationships where the man wanted to, I guess, rest in his masculinity while I rested in my femininity in terms of believing that a man is the head of the household, meaning, he takes care of the mortgage, all the other stuff, and the woman is cooking, cleaning, doing things of that nature. Believe it or not, there are still men out there who still value that, regardless if they're in a space right now to where they can provide that or not. I understand in these modern times, especially since we're living in a recession, people may not be able to start off like that, but women, and I am that type of woman where at some point I will expect a man to be the head of the household. I'm not going to get to a point to where I finally have kids of my own, and my responsibility and roles as a wife should, just because we're living in these modern times, and because we have equality, that I should be contributing the exact same way as a man. I feel like having more traditional values creates more structure in the household. That's what I just personally believe. So,
Okay, what's your thoughts, Courtney?
Well, I agree with her, Nicole. Like I said, I was raised in a 2-parent household as well. Then, my grandparents, they were inseparable. I don't know. Yeah, I'm stuck on this one.
What about you, Simone?
So we talked about it a little bit earlier, in regards to, you were saying like back then they had water, mortgage, and electric. And now there are a lot of factors that contribute to that. So the average person can't afford to sustain that kind of lifestyle. Like, it's not feasible in today's age. I mean, we can look at minimum wage. I'm not saying that they're making minimum wage, but even if you're making $100,000, trying to support 2 people off of $100,000 right now, it's hard. I don't know if y'all seen the price of eggs by themselves.
Oh,
yeah, that's like $6.
You know what I'm saying? Up to $9 now. Like, so I feel like in today's age, in the financial sense, it might be a little bit hard, but that contributes to so many other things. So the dynamics that we did used to see, like the man was the head of the household and he was working and doing X, Y, and Z, and the woman was a housewife and she was doing X, Y, and Z. But now it's hard to find that balance. I don't feel like
those men were working factory jobs. It wasn't educated, they wasn't like certified. Like, I mean, there was trades, obviously. They did have trades because they valued trade school more than public schools, obviously. But a lot of these men worked in the factories and was still able to provide
average
lifestyles for multiple families. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
literally,
inflation wasn't at an all-time high. My fault, Niji is saying.
Can I add to that too as well? I just kind of want to throw something in there. So when hold on.
Niji said I value that, Nicole. I was raised around it. I agree.
Oh, thank you, Niji. Okay.
It's Niji.
I don't know what his name. Whatever.
You gotta get it right. It's Niji.
Niji, whatever it is. So when I say I expect a man to reach that level where, yes, he is primarily responsible as a man to be the head of the household and take care of the family, that doesn't mean I'm not going to contribute anything to the household financially. I just don't want my income. I don't want the well-being of our household to fall on my my financial means, if that makes sense. So, for example, if I lost my income today, we wouldn't lose everything because of it. My husband.
That's how a man feels as well. Like,
say that again.
That's how a man would feel as well. If I'm providing for my family and God forbid that COVID happens again, I lose my job. You know what I mean? I don't want to be like, damn, I don't have no money to fall back. Like, that's why I say a 2-family income, is better than a 1-family income, in my opinion, because if that one income does lose his job, then what is going to happen for that family? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So then that's where all that money I've been able to save those years, because he's been providing, wherever I need to come in and make up for that for a short period of time, because I'm not about to all of a sudden take over and the burden is on me while still expecting me to lead in my role as a woman.
So that money that you save, I don't know what do I know about that money? Like, what part do I know about it?
Like you know how much I'm bringing in to the household based on what I do.
That money that you save.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about that's what you putting into the household. So clearly, we both talking about. I talking about that money that you save, that you saving off the account of me being responsible. What do I have in control with the money that you're saving?
Okay, I want to make sure I'm
like, is it a shared bank account? Is what you're
It
asking?
don't have to be shared. I'm just saying, what access do I have to that saved money? You're saving it on the account of me being responsible for the both of us. So, what percentage or what say so do I have to that saved money that's in your account?
If you lost your, God forbid, you lost your
That's
job.
not fair to me. That's not fair to any man in this world.
You lost your job.
I didn't really think about that. All I'm saying is, as a woman, I don't want that burden to be on me.
And as a man, I don't want to hear a woman saying, "I got you if you might need me." Like, I want you to have me now, today, tomorrow, yesterday. I don't want to be there.
Exactly. I need to. Yo, babe, I want to go get these. I want to go get these J's. You got me? Let me get some money out that.
I'm talking about J's. I'm talking about anything I need. Like, I want to know that.
I'm just saying, like on a random
business transactions. I want to know that your money is not just your money, because when you're looking at my money and all my expenses being responsible to take care of you in the home that you live in, that we both live in, it's not just, I'm not considering like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Women always have access to every man's dollar when they get married, because they rely on the man, which is not a problem. But men want that same feeling, with you guys having the opportunity to make money. You guys should be willing to communicate how much you get in. What should you be doing with it? If you don't know what to do with your money, we should be like, hey, babe, I got so and so much of dollars. What should I be doing? If I say, babe, hold that down, we'll get to it when we need it, then that's cool. But if you just think it's your bread until that day, it's a problem.
Yeah, men been having to hear your money is my money, and my money is my money for damn near the beginning of time. Like, men, I think men are tired of hearing that, because we need some type of stability there for the family. It's not for us, it's for the family. Like, I look at things from a family aspect. You get what I'm saying? So if I do happen to lose my job, number one, I don't need you to start having a lack of respect for me now all of a sudden, because I'm not bringing in that, that money. I need you to still have the same respect for me that you had when I was paid for things. Yeah, I might be on hard times now. I got to get back on my feet, but I need you to still have respect for me and not belittle me because I'm not making as much money. And then number two, if you're working, that money needs to be able to contribute to the family. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so how can I save money? How can I save money if all of my money is going towards all our bills and the income and everything? Like, I have no money to save, so I need you to contribute to our savings as well. Like, you know what I mean? So
got it. So let's say I get a living life insurance for the family. I'm contributing to that. So if anything happens, we can pull from that. So that's part of me contributing. You see what I'm saying? So emergency happens. Yeah. Okay. Hey, babe, I need you to withdraw some money from the living life insurance so we can go invest in another property. I'm for that. Absolutely. Yeah. There's no, you're not going to get pushback from me. You know what I'm saying? Or yeah, you're taking care of our livelihood now. And like you said, what type of access do you have to the money that, that I'm saving? You could be like, hey, babe, I've been looking into this. I'm gonna need you to put up this amount of money for us to invest in this property or this and that. I have no issue with that.
But what about I need a new axle? I need $500.
You need a new what?
Axle. Oh, yo, this is a part of the problem. She said what?
That's so funny.
I don't know. I've never been put in a situation like that where a man has asked me for that. Like, I don't like. You're making enough money.
If I'll pay most of the bills and you saving money, if I need it for something, it shouldn't be no pushback on that either. That's my car. I need money to go fix my car. You should buy. Here you go.
You know what? Okay, that's fair, because if my car was acting up, most of the time, automatically, a man is gonna like buy something to fix it or put windows on the tent. So I mean, I can understand that.
All right, hold on, big bro. Need you say something? He said, "Fear and scarcity shouldn't dictate the relationship or marriage." My name is pronounced Niji. It's not whatever it is.
Okay, excuse me.
Nietzsche
That's
is
big dog Nietzsche. I'm
First
putting
of all,
respect on his
I
name.
genuinely made a mistake to mispronounce your name, so I apologize, Niji. I stand corrected.
All right. There you
Yeah,
go.
I think just to get back to the topic, I think sometimes traditional roles or just expectations are kind of holding people back from being in fulfilling relationships because you have this, when people have an expectation of what their relationship should be based off of to be happy, then it becomes a thing. So now if it's like, okay, well, if he's not paying all my bills or not providing this lifestyle for me, being able to take me on vacations when I want it because I'm looking at social media and I'm seeing Carisha Please and everybody else and or Ari and Jada Wada and a lot of people tend to compare their relationships to what they see in social media, right? So now it's like, well, if you're not providing a lifestyle for me, I don't feel like I'm as happy in this relationship. You get what I'm saying? So then that is the expectations for me that you're going to take care of me. You're going to buy me whatever I want. Plus you're going to take me on vacations or buy, you know what I mean? So I think sometimes that can hold somebody back from finding a fulfilling relationship because you're looking at everything as so superficial and materialistic that you really don't value that actual individual person. You just value what they can do for you in a relationship. And I think that's where it becomes like, okay, all right, well, you may lose out on a fulfilling relationship because you're looking for the wrong expectations in a partner.
Well, if that's what it is, they're a damn fool. I'm just gonna tell you that. Because me personally, I'm not finna idolize nobody. Like they idolize Dirk in India and this and that. I ain't got time for none of that. Because people put on a show so that, you can idolize and think that their relationship is perfect. Everybody don't put out there what they going through. You understand what I'm saying? So to us, we looking at it, looking from outside into their window, like, okay, they're living this perfect life, and they're getting everything that they want, but we don't know what's behind it. You understand what I mean? Like, it don't even make sense. Like, I would never idolize nothing that I got.
You know what's funny about that too? Who do men have to look at like, yo, that nigga got a good wife over there? We don't never like be looking at.
They took him away.
No, because women be looking at, like I said, the rappers and seeing their experience and stuff like that. But we don't be like, we know everybody's normal. Like, you got your ups, you got your downs. Men are more realistic looking at relationships. Like, okay, he's happy. That's cool. Like, I'm happy for you.
You know who the one person is?
To reach what they get.
I can think of one person, but y'all bake him constantly. Not y'all personally.
You want to say Russell?
Everybody talks about Russell, and then like, oh, he fucking corny though. But we see how they love on each other.
He not
well, you know what I'm saying? Like,
well,
if you look at Twitter, that's what Twitter says. So like, that's the one person I would have to look up to in Twitter constantly.
I think people look at him as because he is who he is, and he made such a, he's put himself in a position to be successful. And then it's like, well, you're gonna marry a woman who already gave her womb up to another man, like, you know what I mean? And then take on that role. You know what I mean? I think that's what people look at him as like, well, you could have found a woman who was single who had the same qualities as a Sierra. And like I said, he's happy in his marriage. Well, it looks like he's happy, and we don't know what's really going on in his marriage, but him and Sierra seem to be happy. So I can't, fault a man for that. But I think people look at him as, oh, maybe he's a simp because he volunteered to take care of somebody else's kid, or you know what I mean? So
I think people are looking more into it because of how many niggas she been dealing with publicly. You get what I'm saying? More or less, because it could have been a regular girl that had a kid with somebody else that nobody knows. It's the fact that we knew Sierra was with 50 Cent, Bow Wow, Future, all the, the career niggas are publicly. It's different from that's like being in school and you knew 4 of your homeboys in the same class smashed the same girl. Her value decreased in that way. You get what I'm saying? So the fact that everybody knows what her history is the downfall on why people are judging it. You get what I'm saying? But if she treats him good, I don't see nothing wrong with, his situation at all.
All right. Yeah, that's pretty much. I don't know, man. I think that's the only issue I think people have with him. But like I said, he's happy. Listen, man, leave that man alone, I guess. So listen, we gonna get up out of here. I know it's getting late, or at least over here in the East Coast and stuff like that. But again, ladies, I appreciate y'all for having this conversation with us. Let them again know where they can follow you at, where they can find your business at. And their Instagrams is in the bios. If y'all just want to check them out and give them a follow, give them some likes, you know what I mean? yeah, definitely gonna enjoy what y'all see on Simone page. That's all I'm gonna say. So Nicole, let them know they can follow you and your businesses and all that good stuff.
Yes. First,
No, go ahead, baby.
First of all, thank y'all so much for having me on y'all panel tonight. I think this was really great. Y'all can follow me at The Real Nicole. That's Nicole with a Y. You can also follow me on my business page at Melanated Muse. That's MELYNATED Muse Aesthetics.
Mm-hmm. Courtney.
All right. Thank you guys for having me as well. And I want to give a special thank you to Brandon, who actually put me on to the whole podcast, which is amazing. And
shout out to Brandon, man.
And you guys can follow me on Facebook at Junie B. Jones and Instagram at the _ real Courtney Nicole.
My turn.
Last but not least,
Thank you guys. I do appreciate you for having me. Thank you for inviting me on here. It's been an amazing conversation. I love dialogues like this, and hopefully the viewers did as well. You guys can follow me, of course, at Simone Skye. That is my more promiscuous page. If you are an adult, go ahead and have a great time. More health and wellness. That is my skincare line. I took a very long hiatus, but my clients said I need to bring my ass on. So more health and wellness, and Holistic Phoenix for my lifestyle page. You guys can contact me on any of those. I have my emails in my bio.
You say you like a dominatrix and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
Do you wear like the black leather suit and all that, like with the whips?
I do have some polyethylene. I do have some floggers. I do be spanking people, but that's not all domination is.
Okay.
Like 50 Shades of Grey?
It's not. I'm a sensual dom. I'm not sadistic.
Oh.
But I do have like, okay, these are just right here by chance. I swear to God, I was not bringing them on the show. I was not gonna bring them on the show. They were in my car.
Niggas usually got guns on the side of their bags ready to pull out.
I got my thing on me too.
Yo,
she said it's funny you asked about that.
Don't worry, I'm funny. Yo, again, man.
Before we go though, the chat said they would like you to get up and do a 360. This is the chat asking.
Are we all getting up and doing 360s?
I mean, sure.
Okay, who's going first?
You.
Girl, they asking you.
I say yes, because
what is that dictating? Just y'all gonna follow me?
They need to see a preview of what they can look forward to and follow. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
See, if I was single, you could have beat my ass. I ain't gonna hold you.
and he light skinned, so all that shit would bruise up on that nigga too. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
it's like artwork.
Yo, again, man, we appreciate y'all for tuning in and watching, and make sure y'all leave a like on the way out, man, and share this with somebody that you think might enjoy the conversation. We will be back next week. I think we're gonna do. We got something special planned for next
Unless
week.
something spicy happen tomorrow, Eli, what you talking about?
Yeah, we might have to do an emergency live stream tomorrow, man. And stay tuned for that. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, might be a verdict that we got to react to because it's a
justice for a certain person.
Yeah, it might be. Yeah, we might have to talk about some craziness, man. But yeah, make sure y'all stay tuned, man. So we appreciate y'all.
Word.